Now launching. The dumbest radio show in America. Welcome to Common Man and T-Bone.
I respond to people talking to me like I'm a toddler.
Yeah.
Like when I go to the dentist, I think they have something in my file, treat him like a child, because it doesn't matter what hygienist I have. They're, hey, buddy, hey, is that hurting you a little bit? Are you okay?
Oh, yeah.
You want a sucking candy? They don't say that. It's the dentist.
They're probably not going to give you like sugary candy at the dentist,
hey,
but I get
clean your teeth. Here's sucking candy. But they treat me like a child. You know what? I like that. Maybe some people would find that patronizing.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me like that. Talk to me like a man. I don't want to be a man.
Featuring Panama Ted.
Too hot.
Timmy Hall.
I will rub one on my face.
And a collection of profane noises.
Coach? No, Dom.
I'm a genetic freak, and I'm not normal.
I want me some glory hole.
I'll keep it in the room. Stop breathing. It used to be a lot longer.
The numbers don't lie.
This is Stupid. This is Man and Bone.
It is Wildcard Wednesday.
Oh, it's wild, baby.
Yes.
It's all happening. How are you doing, man?
Oh, I have problems.
You have problems?
Yep.
Oh, well, that's good to know that you're acknowledging your problems, at least.
Well, I acknowledge many of my problems, but today I have a new problem. Here's my new problem.
Okay.
So I was grooming myself.
In what particular way?
I've got a little clipper specifically for man hair.
When you say clipper, you mean like an electric razor?
Well, no, like a little tiny. I mean, it's made to be used.
It clips hair, but it's a shaving application.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. It's electric.
You can put guards on it, but I don't put guards on it.
Yeah, you go right to the skin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
Good band name. Right to the skin.
Absolutely.
I don't even know what it means.
That's more of an album title.
Oh, yeah. You know what it is. That's really...
Downtown Rat Problem's got a new album.
Right to the skin.
Yes. It's their best work in years. So anyway, it had been a while. I don't groom often. Not as often as my wife thinks that I should. But I do start to think maybe I should be trimming down there when I've just lost sight of my penis.
Okay.
Just gone.
Sure.
So, I successfully managed to do that. And then I was looking at, things happen when you get older. All right, I'm 44 years old. Hair grows differently than it did when I was younger. I noticed my pit hair was getting extra long. Like I could put dreadlocks in my pit hair.
That's some long pit hair there.
So I've got my little bzz. I'm like, why don't I just take a little bit of this pit hair off?
Okay.
Bzz. Man, that was more than I thought. I got to do the other side now. Even it out.
You didn't put a guard on before this?
No guard.
So
that's my fault.
Well,
Again, this is amateur hour. Anyway, one thing led to another, and I don't have any pit hair left.
All right.
And I feel so...
That's all right.
No, it's not all right, because I feel like no one would know. No one.
No, I know. I wouldn't have known.
I know, and now thousands of people know.
Yeah.
But every interaction that I've had today... Like, welcome, McDonald's. May I help you? First of all, that's never the greeting I get. The greeting I get is, what? I'd love to get a welcome to McDonald's. But I feel the need to say, hi, I don't have any pit hair today. I'll take a number one with a Diet Coke, please. I feel the need to introduce myself.
Sure.
As the man. And it's not intentional. I'm not a no pit hair guy. There was an incident today. I didn't mean to take all of it off. I just want to let you know. Sir, you're wearing a sweatshirt. No one can tell. I understand, but I just feel bad about this.
And I'm sure you're going to experience it soon. The itchiness that will come with the stubble coming in.
Oh, I'm quite sure.
Well, I think
Dana's stubble field.
I think there's only one way to go. I mean, lots of people, men, women, they shave their armpits like with a razor blade. All the way. Put the lather on.
Why would I do that?
Because you're already that close. You might as well get baby smooth into there.
And it's still going to grow back and be prickly.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, think about how many millions of people are grooming themselves like that all the time. All you're doing
I don't want to be that guy.
I mean, I live in a household with 3 girls, my wife. I mean, everybody's going to be shaving their pits if they're not already. I
wish my wife shaved her pits.
I'm going to start shaving mine. I think I got to learn. I mean, think about that. With, I don't have boys, but like if my boy son had come to me and said, Dad, I need help shaving my facho, I'd have to say, all right, well, I know how to do that. I've helped do that. That's fine. But like, if one of my girls is like, Dad, I don't know how to shave my pits, I'm gonna be like, me either. Talk to your mom. I guess I got to learn, right? I got to shave my own pits.
Now,
I should join you.
We asked the question many months ago, and the answer surprised us. How many of you pee in the shower? We were surprised by the answer.
Yeah. It was a lot.
It's a lot of you, because I don't and Bone doesn't. But people in this building,
there was a lot of not just pee in the shower.
I'm going to get to that, and I was floored by the amount of you that, your word, not mine, waffle stomp.
That was the word. Was you have the drain,
you poop in the shower.
It has a waffle effect to it, and then people would go to the bathroom, stomp it through there. And I wanted to, I've never in my life wanted to quit radio more than that day. I don't really want to quit radio at all. That's just, that day I was like, you know what? I don't know if I'm prepared for more of these types of answers on questions that I didn't know I had. But that disturbed me that day.
So my question is to all of you, how many of you dudes out there shave your pits or groom your pits?
Well, and you know what? Maybe the trouble area for you is not your pits, but maybe you're grooming. Maybe you're manscaping in some way. You know,
I think everybody has to groom a little, right?
I got news for you. There's zero grooming happening. Other than
nothing.
I mean, the neck. I shave the neck, so I don't have downstairs.
Decorative parsley.
Who's seeing it? Who cares?
Don't you? It's not who's seeing it. Don't you find that things get trapped and? Because here's
what are you doing? Running through like a wildeberry like bush? What are you talking about? You got stuff clinging to you there?
Yeah, I do.
How often are you getting naked around things that could get in there?
No. I'm not talking about physical things. I'm talking about the shaft itself.
Yeah,
will get tangled up in the weeds, and then I have to sort of adjust myself.
I guess I don't have a level of thickness of downstairs.
Like I'm saying,
what I'm saying is my apparatus has never been tangled. That would be like saying,
I wish I had that problem. And again, I'm tangled all the time.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've got like Rapunzel down there, apparently.
If you had like summer sausage and there was like some hay around that, I feel like the summer sausage would not be encumbered by the hay.
But I'm telling you, mine is. It's not a vanity thing. It's really not. It's a comfort thing.
Okay.
Because I find myself just putting my hand down my pants and trying to free Willie from the thorn bush.
I see. Yeah, see, people in the chat are just being crass. They're like, oh, yeah, I bet because your spouse is probably... It's like, no. This has nothing to do... We've been married. You guys have been married a long time. We've been married a long time. There's no secrets among married people like us. It's nothing about that. The grooming of that time has gone.
And if we crap with the door open, it doesn't... Right. Who cares?
My wife, I stood there and watched my wife deliver 3 children. There's no secrets anymore. There's no mystery anymore to any of this.
I've been married 18 years. How long have you been married?
It'll be 19 in December.
There you go. We have no secrets.
No.
As a matter of fact, wish we had some.
We have marriages that are older, like they're old enough to vote. In fact, I think they should. I think you and I should be able to go out and be like, hi, I'm voting.
You know who my marriage is voting for.
Same here. You got it.
I wish we had some secrets. My God.
Yeah.
Am I the only one that gets tangled up in the weeds?
I mean, how tangled are you?
Pretty tangled.
Are you talking about the weeds get caught on the underwear? Like,
no, it has nothing to do with the underwear.
I mean, everybody has like a moment where you get a little pinch or something like that.
The hairs get so long that they get trapped in the top of the turtleneck apparatus.
No, mine don't get that long.
Right,
I guess I gotta say, I don't know if they stop growing or if they stay kind of a consistent length. I don't know.
This is the thing. I think we should talk more about this stuff in an open forum.
They're supposed to fall out after. I mean, like
fall. I wish they'd fall out.
Human body hair, your hair on your head, your hair on your arms, your hair anywhere you have. Your body replenishes it over time. Like one little follicle falls out, the ones around it keep growing. Eventually, the new one grows in, and then another one falls out. That's how your body. You don't have hair that you've had since you were like Like, if you've never shaved your arms, you don't have the same arm hair from when you were 15.
I got it.
It's like it grows. It falls out.
Wildebeest genes down there. I guess.
It goes. Well, you really do have the sweater thing going down there.
And when I say I have a little tool that helps me, it's actually a huge hedge trimmer.
It's gas powered. You just sit there like,
the battery chokes. You can't have battery. Chokes, man.
You go into like a Menards. You're like, hey, can you sharpen up the blade on this here hedge trimmer? And they're like, yeah, sure. It's it's in the middle of winter though, and you're like, that's not what I'm using it for.
Like
not for the grass.
Timmy was telling me a couple years back about his electric snowblower.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Is that what we're calling it now?
No, stop it.
I didn't know what we were talking about.
Stop it now. His electric snowblower. And I said, yeah, my problem with that has always been, I'm always leery if there's like a heavy, wet snow. Is that going to do the job?
Sure.
And he goes, it does the job.
Does the job.
Does the job.
Of course.
So I go out and I get myself an electric snowblower.
All right.
First snow of the season. It's one of those 34-degree slushy snows. I go out there. The thing just looks at me and says, get real.
So Timmy steered you wrong on that one.
Yes, he steered me wrong.
That's too bad. I mean, I have electric appliances for lots of my lawn care needs, but yeah, I don't do the snowblower thing, so I have no experience on that.
Let me tell you something. They may make them more powerful now.
I'm sure they do.
I have no idea, but it could not handle the wet snow.
No?
Not like the gas.
No, the gas. You go to Minnesota, it's all gas all the time when it comes to snowblowers, I'm quite sure.
This is what I tell people all the time. It's like, it's 10 degrees. We can't have school. Do they just cancel school?
They cancel
all winter
life.
long
Minnesota.
in Minnesota?
People in Minnesota just live inside,
like
don't
no
go out
children
for like
go
8
to
months.
school. How do we start the buses? I don't know. They have magic buses up there in St. Paul. Call them. What antifreeze are you putting in there? I'll buy the same.
I know. That's what I mean. You go to like Denver, right? That's a mile high up in the air. You don't think they're having some snow? They go to school, don't they? They figure it out.
I'm guessing they go to school.
Yeah. Got to figure this out.
All right, we'll start the show for real. I don't know what the hell this was. But I do want to know how many of you out there groom regularly. Undercarriage.
Could be your chest.
Pits.
If you're a guy and you have chest hair, could be pit hair, could be lots of different areas could be groomed.
And am I the only one that gets the hot dog tangled up in the weeds?
Apparently.
I have to know
You know
too.
what? It's of the two of us. You're the one who's dealing with it. I'm not dealing with that, but maybe other people are. It has to do with the amount and thickness of the growth.
Well, either that or the size.
Well, it could be the length of the
shaft.
Yeah, right. Well, or the length of the hair. There's that too. If you like Crystal Gale down there, I don't know. Go look her up if you don't know Crystal Gale.
Bodie's taping it to his leg over there. He doesn't have a problem. Wildcard Wednesday.
Sure.
Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You should keep an eye out for a disabled vehicle that's on the right shoulder of eastbound 270 on the North Outer Belt from 23 to 71. And we've got some slower traffic on westbound 670 between 71 and 3rd Street. This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With super low down payments, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Down payments vary, does not mean savings. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors, voted by Columbus homeowners as the leading and most trusted window brand. Find out why at PellaColumbus.com or at their brand new Polaris showroom.
With so much happening every day,
ABC6 News is on your side, helping you understand the events that impact your community.
Do you believe Columbus City Schools is in a PR crisis?
Central Ohio's most experienced team of reporters, persistent in getting answers to the questions you're asking.
Are you worried about how people are going to react?
And when you need us, ABC6 News is on your side, finding solutions.
6 on your side, they're the ones willing to answer the phone.
You can count on ABC6 News to be on your side.
ABC Thursday is a night of major drama.
911, what's your emergency?
First, the 911 premiere event begins. Bee NATO.
That truck was hauling 22 million killer bees.
Oh my God.
Then it's Dr. Odyssey, the splashy new drama set on a luxury cruise ship.
It's your job to keep everyone alive. She's in detail. You're going to be okay.
911 season premiere and Dr. Odyssey series premiere, followed by Grey's Anatomy.
Thursday night starting at 8 on ABC6.
Common Man here. I've told you about my friends at Sell for 1% Realtors. I am back to remind you that if you're thinking about selling your home, it should not cost you 6% to do it. Their premise is almost too good to be true. They sell your home for 1% commission, not 6. That's it. I had to check it out for myself, see if it was legit. I met with the family-run business here in Central Ohio. They will give you everything you expect from any realtor for a whole lot less. This is full service, not discount. They literally do everything that a realtor who charges you 6% is going to do, and probably more. They can do it because they use today's technology, which has made the realtor's job easier, taking photos, signing documents on your phone. And instead of keeping their prices the same like everybody else does, they pass the savings on to you because they know you're going to be happy with the service. Tell a friend, they get more business. Oh, what a novel concept. If I knew about these guys 10 years ago, I would have saved a boatload of money. On average, customers save about 10 grand in commissions. If you're selling, give my guys a call. 614-451-6616. Sellfor1%.com.
Rothman and Ice.
It's kind of like that friend you may know that cuts it really close every time they go to the airport and still make their flight. Eventually, you're going to miss your flight.
Rothman and Ice. Weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan.
Direct auto insurance is for uncompromisers. Like Matt. When his old car insurance got so expensive, do you think he walked until his sneakers wore out? No, because he found savings with Direct Auto so he could drive instead of compromise. With savings of up to 25% on state minimum coverage, you too can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com or a store near you. Savings vary, terms apply. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Full inventory sale at Logan Services. Save up to $2,500 and 0% APR financing for 72 months on a qualifying train system. Plus, your choice of one air quality freebie. It's hard to stop a train with a system for every home and budget. Now, for a limited time, save up to $1,000 on a water heater and water conditioning combo. Ask us about tax credits when you book your free estimate now. Logan Services.
They come here illegally, crossing our southern border. Then Sherrod Brown rolls out the welcome mat for them here in Ohio. Brown voted to give amnesty to 11 million illegal immigrants, including those convicted of crimes like drunk driving, aggravated assault, and child abuse. And Sherrod Brown voted 10 times to protect sanctuary cities in Ohio, which release dangerous illegals back onto the street, making Ohio's neighborhoods less safe. And while we struggle to make ends meet, Sherrod Brown is voting to give illegals taxpayer-funded benefits, like health care for illegals granted amnesty, Social Security, COVID relief checks, even a program to fly Haitian migrants into Ohio airports, all paid for by you, the taxpayer. You think you know Sherrod Brown? Well, after 31 years in Washington, Sherrod Brown's way too liberal for Ohio. American Crossroads paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. AmericanCrossroads.org.
Don't let a cold, sinus infection, or allergies ruin your day. Breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier with Navage. Visit Navage.com, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or a store near you.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
79 for your high, partly cloudy skies with a 30% chance of rain. Thursday looks dry with a high of 80, and then tracking showers and wind on Friday with a high of 81. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Objects in radio may be dumber than they appear. This is Man and Bone.
It's Wildcard Wednesday. You can tweet the program at Man and Bone 971. Text the burner phone 614-787-3093.
I just had an epiphany in the last break where we just spent 15 minutes talking about bodily shaving. We talked about you having issues with hair and tangled pee-pee. Just very detailed discussions about our bodies.
I think we should.
This is fine. Yes, I know. And we said this in front of thousands of people. However many people listen to us on a day-to-day basis. 2 people, 2,000. I don't know how many people. Whoever you are, thank you for listening. But we can't see you. We don't work with you on a day-to-day basis. You listen to us every day, and we appreciate that. But what happens after a segment like that is I will sit here and I'll turn the microphone off, take my headphones off, and go, I don't know if I can go go out around my coworkers right after I just spent time discussing my delicate parts of my body. And then Mike gets up, in contrast to me, walks outside, takes his headphones off, and is just like, well, hello, coworkers, how are you? Yes, hi there, everyone. I just spoke to you about how my turtleneck and my hairs get caught up together downstairs. Now let's have a regular work discussion.
First of all,
I just think that makes you a psycho.
I am a psycho, but not just because of that.
Well, I'm just saying that's evidence of it.
First thing, it's cute that you think they're even listening to us out there. No one's listening.
Yes, but on the off chance they heard it. And then I'm just going to walk out there like when you've been in here like, oh, I got brownie batter in my little sweater. You ever had problems wiping? Anyway, how's it going there, fish? Yeah.
I
just
had
walk out there and do that.
A salesperson who has been here years ask me the other day, what time you go on the air today? Same time I go on every single day.
What time you go on the air?
3:00.
Now, if you're new here or you don't listen to our station, that's totally fine. This is someone who works with us here?
Years.
Off the air.
What time you going on today?
Off the air, I'm getting a name. And I'm sending an email.
You know who
I'm going to send. Well, I have my suspicions.
You know who it is.
I'm sending an email.
All right, Wildcard Wednesday. Guardians beat the Reds, clinch the division. Wonderful choice of clothing in the celebration, too. It's like they were reading T-Bone's mind.
I love it. This is a battle for Ohio. There should be some heat on this thing, and I like that there was because the Guardians got it done. They won yesterday. Obviously, more on the line than just that, right? Because they clinched the division, too. Is that what they did yesterday?
Yeah, I just said that.
Yeah, I wasn't listening to you.
I just said, I know.
But the shirts they wore.
I go on at 3. 3:00. It was you who said it. What time do we go on today? 3.
I can't think about the show before. I got to just walk in here fresh. No, but they had the shirt on that said Cincinnati is in Kentucky. Jose Ramirez has a stogie. He's covered in champagne. He's got the goggles on. The shirt says Cincinnati is in Kentucky. I just want to say thank you all for carrying that message around. We appreciate it. We've been trying to get that spread around here with the crew and FC Cincinnati. Mm-hmm. It obviously is transcending sports now. We have not just soccer people involved. Baseball people are getting involved with that, and I love it. It's great.
Congratulations to all the Guardians fans out there, and congratulations to Reds fans because you had your debut game by new manager Slappy White, whatever the hell his name is.
He's going to be great.
Yes, whatever.
Grady Sizemore is actually your interim manager.
Grady
for the
Sizemore
Reds.
is managing the White Sox.
And how about them last night?
And they
big win last night.
No,
big win.
They're going for history. Loss number 121 on the season. No modern baseball team, and what's modern mean? 1900 to now.
Over 100 years of baseball.
124 years of baseball is what modern is. No one has done this. They had a chance to do it last night in front of their home crowd. A lot of people came just to see that. They brought their bags to the game.
Yeah.
And the stuff they put on their heads. Hey, see what I did there?
Hey. I like it. That's
They brought
good.
their own bags to the game.
Bag.
You got Coke Zero.
Bag.
Why not?
I love the way to say bag.
Hag.
Bag. That's good.
Anyway, all season long, you get to the 8th inning, you're losing. White Sox have lost every single one of those games. Every single one.
Mm-hmm.
And then last night, you had a chance to make history. You're losing in the 8th inning, and this is the night they decide to come back and win.
It's a miracle.
Pathetic. Try harder to lose tonight. I stayed up late to watch that crap.
Oh, they're motivated tonight. They're like, guys, we did that last night. We've never done this before. Who's to say we can't go on a 5-game, 6-game win streak here and see this thing out and not be the sole possessors of the worst record in baseball? Wouldn't that actually be the most White Sox thing they could do, is not just be that awful, but then tie the record? You've had this whole season of futility. It has been so bass-ackwards all season long for that team that then they get into the final week and they go, you know what we're going to do? Win all the games. We're just going to go out there and actually rip off a nice little winning streak to make sure we don't, at least with all that terribleness, let's get our name in the record books as the worst. You can't even do that right, possibly.
And I'm reading a story yesterday about how, Grady Sizemore, who is the manager of this team right now, has a real chance of getting the job permanently.
Oh, look at that.
Next year, even though Chris Getz, their GM, had this big song and dance about we need outside voices, we need somebody who's in uniform right now, we need somebody who's been a manager before. And then you look at me with a straight face and say, but this guy who's been out of the league for 5 minutes, who's never really had another coaching job ever,
mm-hmm.
He could be our manager next season. It amazes me. This organization that I'm cursed to root for, Grady Sizemore, good guy, seems like he's doing a nice job, no experience whatsoever. His general manager, Chris Getz, has never worked for another organization, no experience whatsoever. The guy that he took over for, Rick Hahn, had never worked for another organization, no experience whatsoever. The guy that Rick Hahn took over for, Kenny Williams, had never worked for another organization whatsoever. The old man hires these people that he can control and then says, why don't I win more games? No. I don't spend money, and I hire the same dummies that have no experience anywhere else.
I'm not even convinced that Jerry Reinsdorf cares about winning games. He cares about getting the new stadium paid for by someone that's not named him.
Whatever.
But at this
obviously
point,
he's not concerned with winning games. You're right.
He's concerned about doing it his way. Doesn't that seem like that's the number one priority for him is I will do things the way I want to, and I defy you to tell me differently. Yes, but sir, I hate to bring this up. You're on the precipice of setting the all-time record for most losses a Major League Baseball team's ever had. You've tied it. It could be yours if one more game is lost this year. Do you think maybe it's not about doing it your way because your way sucks? Then what does he do? Whip out the 2005 video? To show you, hey, look at this.
If he had any self-awareness, he wouldn't be him. This is what I tell you all the time about people.
I know. He's obviously too far gone for that. But
I wish I could teleport to the game tonight, friends. I'd be right there with you with the bag on my head. Bag.
An old hag has a bag of eggs.
Bag. It would just be par for the course. They set the record tonight, and then, because it happens on a normal Wednesday night anyway, somebody in the stands gets shot.
Oh, is that right?
That happens.
Sure.
Well, maybe if you weren't so fat and hiding the gun in your fat rolls, you wouldn't shoot yourself.
I still, that is the most mind-boggling thing to me that has happened around the White Sox, and a lot of bad has happened around them, was a person got shot during a game in the ballpark. Two people got shot. And they said, one, play ball.
We're not delaying the game.
Keep on going. Not stop the game at all. Let's keep that happening. And then also they said, we don't know where the gunfire came from.
Inside the stadium, outside the stadium.
They, like you said, they tried to blame the person. They said, oh, this lady who got shot had a gun under her fat rolls, which I'm sure she's just like, first I catch a stray and then I catch a stray. I can't win. This is BS.
Don't they do ballistics testing like under the fat rolls? There's got to be some sort of gunpowder residue.
They've abandoned that theory now.
Yes,
I don't think they think that happened.
That.
But it's like, who was sitting there? Just some guy who's like a security guard eating just like a Polish
maybe if you weren't so damn fat.
Right,
you shot yourself.
Oh yeah, this fat lady probably shot herself with her own gun. I've seen it a million times. Like, is that what happened? How do they not get to the bottom of this? It was a year ago or more that this happened, right?
You're dealing with two wonderful entities. The Chicago White Sox and the Chicago Police Department. Two wonderful entities.
Sure.
I have some sad news to report. I'll give it to you coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
We've got some slower traffic on eastbound 70 on the east side from Livingston Avenue to 33. And watch for a disabled vehicle that's on the right shoulder of westbound 270 on the north outer belt at Cleveland Avenue. This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Take the winning drive to Great Lakes Kia. Great cars, great people, Great Lakes Kia. Visit GreatLakesKia.com.
Men, you already know that as we age, low testosterone can cause many issues, including decreased energy, bad sleep, a lower sex drive, and more. And if you're like most men, getting treated for low T can truly change your life. But it's also important where you get treated, because your health matters, and a quality medical practice that has true expertise in men's sexual health can help you get the best outcome. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, the leader in treating low T and other men's sexual health issues in the area. And if you're feeling like I just described and haven't yet sought treatment, or if you're not satisfied with the treatment you're currently receiving, I'd invite you to call us. At Tri-State Men's Health, our expertise is men's sexual health. It's all we do. We've successfully treated thousands of men for low T, and we offer a true 5-star experience that is like no other. If you're like most men, you'll be astounded at our service and at the results of our treatments. So make an appointment today. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
Common Man and T-Bone here for the sportsbook, the ESPN Bet Sportsbook inside Hollywood Casino. Yes, they've changed the name.
It is better than ever, but they're still going to have your favorite teams on the biggest screens. You can place your bets, grab some wings and an ice-cold pint, and even hang out with us.
We're going to be there broadcasting live from 3 to 6, Friday, September 27th. And we've got tickets to give away, so come and be with us and hug us.
Must be 21 years or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Hey Columbus, Caden Curry here, Ohio State student-athlete for Green & Sons, the premier Kubota dealership in Central Ohio. When it comes to hard work, whether on the field or the farm, I need something that's as tough and reliable as I am. That's why I trust Kubota diesel tractors from Green & Sons. Kubota's diesel tractor motors are high-powered, reliable, and don't stop running, just how I like to play. So when you're serious about getting the job done, you need the Kubota equipment you can trust from Green & Sons. Check them out at greenandsons.com or stop by one of their stores in Mount Sterling and in Raymond, north of Marysville.
You ready for the big game?
Yeah! The Fan Tailgate is back at the Ozone on Lane. Admission is free. Join us for food, fun, and music by the fabulous Johnson Brothers.
Sponsored by your Central Ohio Ford dealers.
Oh, yeah?
Hollywood Casino, Michelob Ultra.
Let me go.
Jack Daniels, Pepsi, TNT Equipment, and Tito's Handmade Vodka.
It's game day at the Ozone on Lane. The Fan, Ohio's tailgating destination.
You reach James. Leave a message.
Hey, it's Annie from Chase. Congrats again on the new home to you, Alina, and baby Maya. So happy she gets a big new nursery.
House hunting? On average, home buyers save more in mortgage fees with Chase compared to a non-bank. We're with you all the way home. Chase, make more of what's yours. Visit chase.com/wayhome. Source, 2022 Home Mortgage Disclosure Act. Loan application register. Home lending products subject to credit and property approval. Rates and program terms subject to change. Other restrictions apply. Member FDIC. Equal housing opportunity.
Barely 5 hours a week. It's how much time most of us spend outdoors. Not nearly enough time getting lost in canopies of breathtaking fall colors. Brilliant hues extending all across America's third most forested state. We could all use a little more time outdoors, soothing mind, body, and spirit in West Virginia. Plan your fall getaway at wvtourism.com.
Scott from the Cleveland area has coached girls basketball and supported his granddaughter's athletic pursuits.
My granddaughters have worked hard to excel in sports. It's tough enough. So the idea that Sherrod Brown voted to allow transgender biological men to compete in girls' sports, it's unfair and dangerous. And introducing a bill to allow biological men in girls' locker rooms? Biological men to shower in my granddaughter's locker room? No way. I worry about the safety of my family constantly. Now I have to worry about Sherrod Brown's crazy liberal ideas. I thought Sherrod Brown was on my side, but he's way too liberal for me.
Sherrod Brown has let Ohio down. Now he's way too liberal for Ohio. Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
Wake up. Breakfast. And Nature Made vitamins. Whatever your morning sounds like, Nature Made fits right in. Whether you're looking for vitamin C or a multivitamin to get key nutrients, we've got you covered. Now that's a good morning. We take care of you so you can take on your day. Start your day with Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Just be glad you aren't as stupid as these two.
Oh, yes.
This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Wildcard Wednesday. T-Bone's going to sell you something.
Well, Mike, as you know, my guys at Able Roof, they're able to get the job done in one day with 24-hour turnaround on most jobs. Done in a day, good for a lifetime. And Able has been voted the #1 roofing company in Columbus for 22 years in a row. Think about that. 22 years in a row, they've been getting the job done. They can get it done for you. Now, with no payments and no interest until 2026 from Able Roof, and up to $1,000 off a new roof, siding, and windows. But you got to call them now. 614-444-ROOF for Able Roof. Call them today. 614-444-ROOF.
Sad news to report. I didn't realize that he was still active. I don't think he is. But Josh Gordon has announced his retirement from the NFL.
Well,
So,
that is... there
you go.
That is too bad.
He was with the Chiefs for like a couple of years, right? Didn't do much.
That feels right. Also, would be of the guys you would say probably are like, if you could create a player in real life, like in a video game, and that player comes to real life with the attributes that would make them like the best at what they do. I mean, he had all the attributes you want physically to be a wide receiver in the NFL.
Well, and it wasn't just in theory. We saw him do this on the football field, too. Unfortunately, the personal demons got the best of him, and that was the end of that.
Yeah, an incredible talent, though, from, just the pure talent standpoint. One of those guys that you just wonder what could have happened if, everything off the field had been right. How could it have been on the field for him? No way to know.
It's Wildcard Wednesday. Please do text the burner phone, 614-787-3093. Talking about manscaping, how many of you do it? Matt from Hilliard. Manscaped for many years. I share common man's issues of being caught in the weeds.
Okay.
I trim my armpit hair regularly, as well as landscaping below the equator, which includes the cracky.
Oh,
includes cracky.
Okay.
I don't bother with cracky.
Now, see, I don't want to get too detailed, but
all right.
Well, hang on. No, here's what I'm trying to say. When we're saying like manscaping is a term, there's like a company that uses that as their branding. I've always thought of that as like you are like a hedge. You are maintaining some foliage there. You are not going scorched earth, right?
I mean, it can be both, depending on your preference.
Landscaping done around your house, it's mowing the grass. It's not just digging it all up and replacing it with stones. Like I'm saying,
that could be landscaping
all right,
too.
Fair enough. You're right. Here's my question: when we're going for Flacco my Cracko, like are we talking this guy? I need you to come back and text us on the burner phone. Let us know. Is that a trim? Or are you going somewhere and getting something applied that then rips it all out? Are you getting a little,
Flacco, my Cracko.
I think we figured out what that finally means. A year on. Now yes, hi, I'm here for, what kind of, did you want a Brazilian? Nope. I need a Flacco, my Cracko. And they go, got it. Know what you mean. Perfect.
Send me more things. And don't send me pictures. I just clicked on someone's picture of their
Come on! What are you doing?
Shaft.
Send them to me. Come on. Everybody knows that.
Chad says, shave my balls and shaft every Sunday. Never get tangled, though. But that is the Lord's day for shaft shaving.
And on the
seventh day you shall shave your shaft.
Took care of all of that business. Chaz, not Chad. Chaz says, never in my life have I felt closer to common man. Hashtag entangled turtleneck.
See? This is why we're here.
I know.
All right? We're here to help all of you. Because maybe there's some of you out there like that person, Chaz, who said, no one's ever related to me. I can't talk to people about that. Oh, here's Crazy Radio Guy. He's talking about that.
Sure.
I am a freak, so you don't have to be.
Well, that's exactly it. Now, do you ever get, like, do your...
I'm excited for where this is going.
Does it get knotted up down there?
Yeah.
With, like where you got to untie some stuff? Is there like a...
It gets tangled. If I neglect, that's why I had to trim.
Well, like you get... people who have long hair, they have to brush their hair out. Otherwise, they get the little...
No, I don't have a little brush. Maybe I should invest in one.
Maybe you should.
Like a mustache comb. But instead...
Sure. Yeah. Someone's got to be making a down there groomer, right?
They make everything, buddy.
That's what I'm saying. So someone's got to have some kind of comb, brush apparatus for downstairs that you'd use when you need to.
Crew going for yet another trophy tonight. So first of all, Bone, you're wearing your Crew stuff today.
Mm-hmm.
What exactly is the trophy tonight? Because it seems like every time I look up, they're going for another trophy. And on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being I'm sleeping, I don't care, 10 being this is the greatest thing ever, how much should I care about this?
I mean, it's a chance for the Crew to win another trophy. This is called the Campeones Cup.
Campeones.
Which is it is a one-off game. There's no tournament associated with this. There was no long thing that they had to do other than win MLS Cup last year, which of course is the entire goal they had anyway.
So they're playing the winners from the Mexican League, correct?
Yes. So the winners of MLS Cup last year and Liga MX, they play each other, the Mexican League. So that
and
is
the
why
game
that's
is
happening.
here.
Yes.
Not in Mexico, so no.
It always happens.
Diarrhea.
The MLS champion gets to host it. This is a tournament, largely a tournament. It's a one-off game that's meant to sell some tickets, make some cash for both those leagues, gives them another trophy game to have. The Crew won this in 2021 when they beat Cruz Azul 2-0. So if they win this would be their second Campeones Cup. MLS teams have won it 3 of the 6 years it has been put forward. So tonight we'll break the tie one way or the other.
Okay.
But, I mean, what do you ask me? Do I want the Crew to win this? Is it important?
I think we all want them to win. My question is, how much value do you put in it?
Well,
That's all.
Let me show you the value that the Crew have put on it. They had Cucho Hernandez the last 2 weekends. Last 2 games they played, they brought him in off the bench in the second half.
Yeah.
That was for this, so he can go 90 in this. I would be shocked if he doesn't start this game. He talked about how fresh he feels. He's ready for this game. The players want this game, too. It's another trophy. I mean, it's when you're like, and the Crew are not there, obviously. No team really can be in North America. But if you're Manchester City, if you're Real Madrid, if you're these teams that play in Champions League and your cup thing and all this other stuff they have, at some point you look up every other week and it's like, oh, Manchester City's got another trophy game. What's this one for? You know, like and they're like, we won 17 trophies this year. Real Madrid has this where they win all these trophies.
Are becoming the North American version.
When you're
of that.
this successful, and then of course your leagues now, they want more trophies to show off how good their league is, all that stuff. It's another chance to showcase yourself on a bigger stage than just MLS. So
see, this is why you're here.
It's a good thing
to tell us these things. So
well,
Crew and Club America tonight.
Tonight at lower.com field. So I'm sure there are maybe some tickets available. If you want to go, get out there, check it out.
Myles Garrett is extra dead. Details next. Colin Mann and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You'll find traffic is moving a little slow on westbound 670 from Grandview Avenue to I-70. And we have a couple-minute delay on eastbound 70 on the east side between Hamilton Road and 270. This report is sponsored by Ohio Basement Authority, your local expert. Are your floors sagging? Are musty smells reeking throughout your home? Contact Ohio Basement Authority, the crawl space repair experts. Get your free inspection today. Learn more at ohiobasementauthority.com. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Green & Sons. Family owned and operated for over 45 years. Green & Sons will help you find your next Kubota tractor. Located in Mount Sterling and north of Marysville. And online at greensons.com.
To Central Ohioans, fall means one thing, football. At Sears Heating and Cooling, fall also means one thing, furnaces. We're not plumbers or electricians. Nope. For 74 years, we've been your Central Ohio heating and cooling experts. Need an electrician or plumber? We'll gladly give you a referral, but we won't pretend to be your one-stop shop for all the trades. We're HVAC experts, and our mission is to provide the highest quality service at the best possible price. That's the local advantage of doing business with your neighbors at Sears Heating and Cooling. Online at SearsHeatingCooling.com.
Hi, this is Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers. As a local family-owned business, we understand the importance of celebrating the ones we love. Stop in to find the perfect gift or check us out online at worthingtonjewelers.com.
Welcome to the greatest show on turf at Great Lakes Kia.
I'm pretty sure that's just tile.
And you can feel the excitement in the air. Brand new Kias under $5 a day.
I'm Bart Zimmerman, General Manager at Great Lakes Kia.
Bart's coming up big. Lease new 24 Kia Forte LXS, EV Wind, and Sorrento LX.
Under $5 a day. $5.
Oh, and the fan favorite, new 24 Kia Telluride LX, under $8 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
Even new 24 Kia Carnival LXS, under $9 a day.
There's a flag on the play. It looks like credit interference.
No problem. Get approved with 1.9% financing.
Take the winning drive to Great Lakes Kia.
Great cars, great people, Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus,
GreatLakesKia.com.
Visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
Pop quiz. What's the best way to go back to school? With Giant Eagle and Market District, of course. From lunchbox favorites to fun after-school snacks. Shop deals for school days and save on thousands of items throughout the store. Visit your local Giant Eagle or Market District today.
Sunday, a day of rest, relaxation, and Browns football. Catch the Brownies as they head to Vegas to battle the Raiders.
Live coverage starts Sunday at 2:30 with the kick at 4:25.
Your Central Ohio home for Browns football, The Fan.
They come here illegally, crossing our southern border. Then Sherrod Brown rolls out the welcome mat for them here in Ohio. Brown voted to give amnesty to 11 million illegal immigrants, including those convicted of crimes like drunk driving, aggravated assault, and child abuse. And Sherrod Brown voted 10 times to protect sanctuary cities in Ohio, which release dangerous illegals back onto the street, making Ohio's neighborhoods less safe. And while we struggle to make ends meet, Sherrod Brown is voting to give illegals taxpayer-funded benefits, like health care for illegals granted amnesty, Social Security, COVID relief checks, even a program to fly Haitian migrants into Ohio airports, all paid for by you, the taxpayer. You think you know Sherrod Brown? Well, after 31 years in Washington, Sherrod Brown's way too liberal for Ohio. American Crossroads paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. AmericanCrossroads.org.
Get Eco.
Hey, Aaron. Hey, Jerry. Have we spent enough time telling homeowners how much the name Eco can actually mean? Well, I did name the company that, so yes. I mean explaining that Eco can stand for how much better we can make your plumbing, ecologically speaking.
Get Eco.
A tankless water heater, for example. Switching to tankless means your family has unlimited hot water, shower after shower after shower, without having to use precious electricity to keep a big tank of water hot 24 hours a day. It's ecological. Pretty good wordplay for a guy that almost failed English, don't you think?
Get Eco.
I think if more people knew they could help the planet just by taking a shower, I think we might be onto something. That's not quite as ecological as the first thing you said, but okay. You know, I'm working on inventing a new kind of junk mail that throws itself away. And the planet thanks you, Jerry.
Get Eco.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. GetEco.com.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Their BMI is higher than their IQ. This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Please subscribe to the podcast of this stupid show. It's available wherever you get your podcast. Just search Common Man and T-Bone. Click. Subscribe. Every single show comes right to your device free of charge. The podcast is brought to you by our friends, Care Heating and Cooling.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about the crew. I forgot to say that the crew on Friday are doing something.
Oh?
They're going to the White House.
That's right.
They're going to the White House to meet with the president to celebrate them winning MLS Cup.
Yes.
And I think it'll go something like this.
I don't know.
It might. It might.
Who's here?
I really don't know.
The 2008 Columbus crew got to go to the White House. I remember talking to some of them about that for a little podcast project I did many moons ago called The Cup. You can go listen to that if you'd like to, wherever you get podcasts. It's all about the 08 team winning MLS Cup. They did not get to go in 2020 because of a little thing called the pandemic. They won MLS Cup in 2020, but no White House visits were done the following year, so that didn't happen for them. But I'm glad they get to go this time. It's a good thing. It's a good thing that a team gets honored for winning, their championship. You should be invited there. I hope that no one tries to invite the LAFC team as well, just to make sure everybody feels good. I'm glad we're just inviting the champions and the champions alone. We don't need to invite the team that lost. That's fine.
I don't know what's going on.
All right. How's he doing?
Dead.
Oh, Joe Pa's dead.
Yeah,
that's
Joe
right.
Pa's dead.
That's right. I knew that. Thought
Yep.
I'd ask. I have a question from the listeners for Wildcard Wednesday.
Hold on.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah. They had to get off of all that.
Yeah, I got a lot of Joe Pa's sound down here.
Horde Fest says, my guys, who at 97.1 The Fan is the guy who can get you things like Red from the Shawshank Redemption? if you need a new chair, a new computer, a poster of Rita Hayworth, who is going to always deliver?
Heather.
I was just going to say, it's not a guy.
Max.
It's Max. Max is the guy / Heather upstairs.
Actually, I was pissed off today because our little cafe up there, they haven't restocked the Sprite Zero. And I went up to Max and I said, what the hell?
Yeah.
No Sprite Zero in the fridge. And she picked up the phone in 2 seconds and got on the phone with somebody. Now, she could have just been making it up for my benefit.
No. This is the thing I like about I like lots of things about Max. She's a well-rounded person. She's a great coworker and a good friend. But also, she's the type of person that if you are in the office going, you know what? This person really grinds my gears. I can't stand them. They did this thing the other day. If it's someone that she can actually get a hold of, she'll be like, oh, hang on a second. Hey, why are you being an idiot to Bone? And then they'll be like, oh, I don't know. I'm so sorry. She's like, no candy for you ever. And then hangs up. And then they're like, I'm sorry. And then they come and apologize. She doesn't wait around. She doesn't send an email with like, per our discussions in a meeting. When it's one person that is the problem, she just goes to that person and is like, hey, you suck. Stop sucking.
Who was the one who sent that comment? Who was that?
That was Hordfest.
All right, Hordfest understands that there's one person in every single office that secretly runs the office, and it doesn't have to be the boss. Okay?
No, it usually isn't.
When I first started working here, there was a woman who worked here, older lady by the name of Sharon Allen.
Okay, Sharon, yeah.
Sharon Allen was the big boss's secretary, but she ran the whole show.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody warned me, oh, Sharon, she's mean. I never had that problem with her because I recognized that she's the one really in charge.
She's the one who runs the office.
And so I was always really nice to her.
Mm-hmm.
I'd stop in, I'd say hello. But I'd see other people react to her, and then she would react in kind. But then as soon as I came around, oh, Michael, how are you, sweetie? How was your weekend?
Oh.
And anything I needed then was right there.
That's great.
She would give me anything I wanted, and people would get jealous. How come she talks to you that way? Because I recognize the power that she has.
Absolutely.
That's why.
Right. Yeah. And you know what, too? This is just a good way of going about life. Till you figure that out in wherever you are, just treat everybody like they could ruin your life. You know what I mean? Like,
here, let me tell you something. I can ruin your life. Here.
I'm just saying, you don't know, especially if you're new at an office or like if you're in school or wherever, like just treat everyone with respect, but also keep an eye out for that one or two people that could mess up a lot of things for you, and just assume that's everyone until you find out who actually controls the power.
I had this discussion at the bus stop with the kids this morning. Today's lesson was about treating people with kindness, going out of your way to do one thing kind for somebody today. Because I said, you never know what can happen from that one thing, all right? You can change someone's entire day. Also, you have to think every single time you do something, how does this affect Greg Olson?
That's right.
You have to think about that.
By the way, what was their act of kindness? Listening to you today? Is that their act of kindness they do every day?
But they love me. We were doing limbo with the umbrellas today. It was great.
The old man who pretends like he's still hip with the kids. Let's listen to him.
No, they like me because I make a fool of myself.
Well, that's good.
I tried to do a cartwheel the other day.
Yeah?
I knew I'd fail miserably. You know,
but you did it.
But
you tried.
They liked to see me fail.
Yes, they like to see you fail.
Yes.
How is the back doing after that?
I'm all right.
Are you? Whoa.
Yeah, I'm good right now.
Good.
That's a kiss of death. I'll go home and he'll die.
I don't want to jinx it.
Speaking of dead, Myles Garrett is extra dead. So we know he has the foot injury. Which foot? Both feet. Okay.
And apparently we found out last week, it's like, oh, yeah, you know, from his childhood feet injuries where he had surgery. And I'm raising my hand going, I was not aware of his childhood feet injuries. I'm glad we now know that's a thing that he had.
Apparently, Les Miles and Myles Garrett was in leg braces until he was 16 years old. I don't know.
Yeah, he was Forrest Gump out there.
So he's got, but he ran and then those things just ripped right off.
Shattered.
Look at him. So he's got both feet. He's also listed on the injury report with Achilles and thigh.
Oh, that's good.
That's pretty much everything now, isn't it?
Well, the only thing left is, I think, knee, hip, and then like toes. That's all that's left in the leg.
Well,
everything else.
Toes part of the foot.
Is it the whole? I mean, I don't know if the phalanges are the ones that are hurt here, if it's like more of a metatarsal kind of thing. I don't know.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
That's parts of your feet.
Phalange?
Phalange. Those are fingers, too. Fingers and toes are phalanges. I remember this from biology class.
I remember that was Phoebe's alter ego on Friends, Regina Phalange.
No, it wasn't. Really?
Yeah, it was. It was the false name.
Regina Fingers?
Regina Phalange.
I don't like that.
That was a name that she would give.
That's basically Regina Fingers is what she was saying.
All right.
It's a weird name.
Wildcard Wednesday. Lots of texts about grooming, and everybody who's texting says they do groom themselves. I got some people saying they shave their nipples.
Okay, sure.
They wax themselves.
Okay.
Lot of descriptive stuff, too.
Well, how descriptive are we going to get? Give me an example.
You got to groom, or it would be like spitting through a wig.
Why? Okay.
You asked me.
No, I don't know. Yeah, I have more questions. That did not answer the questions. That did not answer my question.
Like you, maybe every month or two, I manscape. But I have better control when it comes to the pits. I know you. If you're just tuning in, I accidentally shaved off all my pit hair.
You meant to trim up your pit hair because it was getting unruly.
I know, and then I trimmed a little bit too much, so I had to even it out on the other side.
Crazy.
And I had to come back, and before you knew it, gone. And now I feel the need to introduce myself as, hi, I'm Mike. I have no pit hair.
I think what you need to do is go to one of those barbershops where they still do the straight razor shaves and just go and be like, hi, I need you to finish up the job here and just raise your hand. Just
let's see what we're looking at here. I don't know what kind of accent that is. That's the barber accent. And then I just take off my shirt. What are you doing?
The barber accent that I had growing up was just a guy who was like my dad's age going, same thing as last time? And then that would, yes. And then be like, all right, how's your dad doing? That's every barbershop I went to is just, how's your dad doing? Because my dad apparently went to all the barbershops. And I just followed him around.
All right. The Kentucky Hillbillies are embracing amateur athletics. Details next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You're going to hit a 10-minute slowdown if you need to travel on northbound 71 on the north side from East Broad Street to 11th Avenue. And you're looking at a 5-minute delay on eastbound 161 from Little Turtle Way to New Albany Road. This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto insurance is for uncompromisers. With savings of up to 25%, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Savings based on discounts can vary. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Earn a $300 cash bonus when you open a new free checking account. Visit bmifcu.org/free for more details.
Inflation hurts all Ohioans, especially the working class. Just yesterday, it cost almost $500 to fill up my truck. And it's tougher to provide for my family. And Sherrod Brown's making it worse. Brown supported a corporate merger that would lay off union workers and drive up costs. And Brown backed Biden and Kamala's Radical Inflation Act that cost Americans $2 trillion and stuck us with the highest inflation in 40 years. Working class Ohioans can't afford any more of Sherrod Brown. Bernie Moreno and President Trump are standing up for the working class. Together, they will fight to lower inflation, cut prices on gas and groceries, create high-paying jobs, and unleash America's economy. Together, I trust them to fix Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and Sherrod Brown's mess. And I trust Bernie Moreno and President Trump to always put America's working class first.
I'm Bernie Moreno, candidate for U.S. Senate, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Bernie Moreno for Senate and NRSC.
Hey, it's Anthony Rothman. The fall deals at Germain Honda of Dublin are beautiful. The 24 Civic LX, only $249 a month for 36 months. The 24 Accord LX, only $279 a month for 36 months. With 10,000 miles a year on the lease, $34.99 cash cap reduction, payments plus tax, tag, and document fee, and away you go. How about 0.9% up to 36 months on the 24 Prologue, the first all-electric SUV from Honda. For the best deal in town, Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island. This season on Nada Yada Island.
You were charging your phone? I waited hours for you.
That's how long it takes.
Join Metro and get a free Motorola Edge that'll charge for the day in 15 minutes. At Metro, there's no activation fees. Only at Metro by T-Mobile.
Bring your number ID and sign up for Metro Flex Plus plan. Offer not available if at T-Mobile or have been with Metro in the past 180 days. Requires 68-watt charger, sold separately. Actual performance will vary.
What's better than cheering the Buckeyes on to victory? Wearing our exclusive collection of OSU jewelry as you watch. Hi, this is Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar. We're an officially licensed jeweler of The Ohio State University, and we've created beautiful Buckeye jewelry that will last a lifetime. From Blocko earrings to Diamond Script Ohio necklaces, we've got luxury Buckeye gifts starting at $99. No matter where you're watching, show your Buckeye love at the Diamond Cellar, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Common Man here for Universal Windows Direct. Fall is here. It's the perfect time to replace those old, drafty windows before the cold sets in. As temperatures drop, you don't want to be stuck with windows that make your heating system work overtime because that will cost you money. My guys at Universal Windows Direct back everything up with a true lifetime warranty as long as you own the home and a 20-year warranty to the next homeowner. Plus 0% financing for 60 months. Restrictions apply because they always do. Call them today, 614-502-5220, or go to uwd.com.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 2 trips to a Buckeye postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Paul Keels. Baseball. Columbus Clippers trying to clinch the International League Championship tonight in Omaha after taking Game 1 of the best-of-3 series over the Storm Chasers last night. Cleveland Guardians and Cincinnati Reds will conclude their series in Progressive Field against one another tonight. Jacob Junis pitching for the Reds, Joey Cantillo for the Guardians. Columbus Blue Jackets had their first home preseason game tonight when they entertained the St. Louis Blues at Nationwide Arena. Face-off 7 o'clock here on the Fan. Columbus dropped their preseason opener Monday at Buffalo. And Columbus Crew playing host to Club America tonight at Lower.com Field, hoping to win the Campeones Cup. The match starts at 7:30. This update brought to you by Valley Ford of Columbus. From F-150 to Evans F-750, Valley Ford of Columbus is Ohio's commercial truck headquarters. Breaking sports news when it happens on the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Extra large, extra stupid. This is Man and Bone.
Happy Wednesday. It is Wildcard Wednesday. Today's accidental topic is men grooming themselves, because I accidentally shaved off my pit hair today. I got too aggressive with the clipper, so now I feel like less of a man. I didn't feel like much of one before, but now I feel like nothing.
Are we opening up this? I mean, this is open to anyone who wants to talk about their grooming habits, I guess.
Females can join as well. I just don't have any frame of reference.
I guess men typically are the ones who are more averse to the grooming, right? Traditionally. Now, of course, that's all out the window these days, but traditionally that's kind of where it's been, at least when I was growing up. Like, guys like my dad weren't like, oh, yeah, I regularly am manscaping.
No, but I feel like dudes are more comfortable now.
Absolutely.
Speaking about such things, and we should be.
We should be. Well, everybody should be. It's great.
If you're a longtime listener of this show, you know that my wife doesn't have any grooming issues anymore because she spent $6,000 on laser hair removal. Didn't tell me about it, so we have that.
Well, we have Emma Watson's Bottom Half, which is the name of the screen name of one of our fine listeners from Canada, Mikey, who likes to tweet the show from time to time. He says, my guys, here's his routine for what he does.
Oh, see, now I can't hear this. Here's why.
Why?
Because when they're just nameless people out there, faceless people out there, it doesn't bother me. I know Emma Watson's Bottom Half.
Yeah, I know.
We've met him personally,
yes.
and we're going to see him again. So now every single time I look at his face, I'm not going to be listening to a damn thing he's saying. I'm going to be thinking about his landing strip or lack thereof.
Fody, I just want to, again, so what your problem is here is when you know someone, you've met them a few times.
Oh, it's different. I'm on the show with you.
Bodie,
we have no secrets.
Have we not heard, like, every single thing that's ever happened to this man's pants?
I'm just a clown here for your amusement. Nobody takes me seriously anyway.
I'm just saying.
You're not 100% wrong, Ben.
No, we've heard a lot. Anyway, here's what Emma Watson's Bottom Half says that he does. This is his routine. Back wax, straight razor shave at the barber. Nice. Pedicure.
And
here we go. Top pubes trim. All right. Tried, and this is where we get a little bit more. Tried shaving my sack once, and it felt like a GD porcupine had moved in on the grow back. Never again. Thank you for the detail. Also, shout out to Mikey / Emma Watson's bottom half, who sent me a very nice soccer jersey from Girona, which is in Spain. It's a Spanish La Liga team.
My Girona.
Yeah. They had a big year last year, and he was there visiting. His wife's family's from there. Sent me back a jersey and some infused bourbon chocolate.
Nice.
Nice gift. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Nice.
Also, now I'm going to think about your shaving habits. So thanks for that.
Yep. What did I have for you? Oh, the Kentucky Hillbillies are embracing amateur athletics. Bone, you have this story.
Yes. This is, they do the Midnight Madness thing where they tip off their season. They have basketball. They do it at midnight. It's the first day you're allowed to have these practices, and everybody gets all excited. They have big pep rally. And then the team goes out and goes through like a glorified practice. They do dunk competitions, just fun stuff like that. Well, they have announced that at Rupp Arena for this year, they are going to have an LED screen court. Now, we saw this previously if you watched any of the NBA All-Star Game festivities from last year when they were in Indianapolis. They had the celebrity game and the skills competition, the three-point shootout, the dunk contest. They did all that on the LED floor.
So not wood.
No, it was a completely light up screen. They had to dim the lights in the arena when they would show the crowd. It almost looked like the lights just weren't working, but they had to do that so you could actually see the screen better. The screen lit up the rest of the arena a little bit. But that's what they're going to do for Midnight Madness. It will look really cool. I also think it's quite hilarious that people get bent out of shape about the amount of money that college athletes are getting these days, or they've ruined sport. They're going to have an LED screen for a college practice. Okay? Wrap your brain around that. If you want to talk about where the money's going, all that stuff, we got money to pay the players if we've got enough money to put LED screens down for one game that's not even a real game for a college practice, essentially. That's ridiculous.
May I ask how former Buckeye captain, Deadeye Dick from three-point range, Jay Burson, feels about all of this? Because Jay's job is to sell wood floors. I mean, not the wood floors you put in your house, basketball courts. And I'm talking he puts them in for NBA teams, puts them in for high school teams, puts them in for college teams. Now, all of a sudden, this LED floor may put him out of business.
He's the first one I thought of because, he would call us sometime. We used to talk to him regularly on the show, and his phone would never work. It would always bleep and bloop and became like a running joke for us. But oftentimes Jay would tell us when he was out, he'd say, oh yeah, I'm going to, wherever there was a big thing happening, he would say, yeah, I'm in wherever the All-Star game was. I remember one year he was in Brooklyn because he was like, yeah, they're doing the All-Star game there. We did that floor. And I'm just thinking, what a life. He gets to fly all over the place, going to these big events. But you're right. If they all go to LED floors, Jay Burson's going to be not having as much to do.
Bone, it pays to know people. I just got this email from someone who works at Kentucky.
Oh?
And apparently Jay Burson has given them a call when he found out about this news and left a voicemail from one of the big uppity-ups.
Okay.
Here you go.
Hello! Looky here, Kentucky. I heard through the grapevine that you changed your basketball floor to some kind of voodoo Haitian rattle torture LED screen, boy. I guess you forgot who your number one source for the best wood east of the Mississippi is. This is how I make my living at. Maybe I'll take my talents to Arkansas just like your head coach and all the commits that actually give it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta go give my guy Shaq a back rub. But this is poppycock. Goodbye.
That's good.
I'll say I knew Jay would be mad.
Mm-hmm.
This is his thing. This is what he does for a living. Puts in floors, cusses people out.
Friends with Shaq.
Famously. No, this is, if you don't know, Shaquille O'Neal was once asked, who was your favorite college basketball player? Is that wrong? Isn't that what he was asked?
No.
Or is it just his favorite basketball player?
Burson was somewhere. Some sort of thing. The Shaq was still playing in the league.
Okay.
I think it was with the Magic. Burson was somewhere, and he just hears from behind him, Jay Burson. And he turns around, and it's Shaq. And then Shaq proceeds to tell Jay Burson, tiny little white guy who played for Ohio State, that he was his favorite basketball player.
That's right. Okay.
Because he was the complete opposite of Shaq. But he appreciated Jay Burson, what he could do, how he could score points with really none of the skill set that he had.
Well, yeah, but Jay was dead-eye shooter, famously broke his neck playing basketball at Ohio State.
And they exchanged jerseys.
Did they really?
He got a Shaq autographed jersey, and Shaq got a Jay Burson autographed jersey.
Yeah. Well, that shows you how much game Jay Burson had back in the day. Everybody knew Jay Burson.
They became partners in crime then, so much so that they started their own flooring company. Did you know that?
I don't know if I remember that.
Yeah, well, maybe it's best that we don't remember it, but I'm going to play it anyway for you. Here's the commercial for that.
Hey, do you need a basketball court? Hi, I'm Shaq, and this tiny little white dude is Jay Burson. He's my friend, and he knows all about basketball floors.
Thanks, Shaq. At Ebony and Ivory Basketball Floors, we got every type of basketball floor imaginable. Hardwood, modular, even parquet tile.
Whether you run the floor like Shaq Fu or spot up like my man Jay Burson, you'll always have the comfort of knowing that Shaq and Jay Burson put your floor together piece by piece.
Side by side, living together in perfect harmony.
Stop before we get sued, Jay Burson.
Good call, Shaq.
Ebony and Ivory Basketball Floors.
I got wood.
At participating retailers. Offer not good in Alaska or Hawaii. Jay Burson does not have wood.
That was good. Why didn't we win the Marconi again?
We didn't send him that one.
There's more in here from Jay. I don't know what these are.
Do we have any of him when we actually talked? Because this is back when Torg was here, where he would come on. I used to have to call him to set up the interviews. But he would always have phone problems. I know there's one in there where you guys had such bad problems with him.
This is
where you literally just started laughing at him.
This is not a bit. This is a real phone call from Jay Burson.
And we really struggled offensively also down the stretch. And give Penn State a lot of credit. They hung around and had a chance. But those two little guards, little Frazier and little Taylor Banks, were able to get penetration against us and wreak a little bit of havoc. They didn't necessarily score a lot for themselves, but they were able to draw defense and then to find other guys, open shooters or cutters. And then for them to just keep playing, you know, we got 10 or 12 in the second half, and in the past, Penn State type of teams would have folded a little bit, but this team just kept going and playing. And typically, Jared Sullinger is a good free throw shooter, but not a great free throw shooter. And he's
you get the gist, right?
Yeah.
There was also one time where Clark Kellogg called in and he stole Jay Burson's phone.
Is that right?
This is really Clark.
Thought they did a really good job defensively and just didn't execute quite sharply enough kinds of shots you need in tight late-game situations. The guy can just really put it in the basket. Could be a nice injection. You know, maybe Aaron Kraft, with the idea of getting his team a good shot, he has to be ready to take his good shot. That's an adjustment of mindset. Short jump shot. He went with the one-leg runner. Yeah, that's a good point, and that's something that a coach of that caliber is able to work through. How those other parts come into play.
Now, we splice that together, obviously, from the entire interview, but
what happens if you're just a good Buckeye basketball player? Like, we just suddenly your phone doesn't work anymore? Like, if you call Michael Redd, is that what happens now?
Do they have the keyboard up and they're just rubbing their face on the keyboard?
I don't know, because those, I mean, that could have been, at least with Burson, Burson had a flip phone, right?
Yeah.
He wasn't working with
I don't think he still has a smartphone.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but Clark Kellogg, I don't know if he had a smartphone or not at that point, but could have been different types of phones, the whole thing. It's just the common denominator is you're a Buckeye basketball player, your phone's just going to make bleeps and bloops.
More Wildcard Wednesday fun. Coming up next, Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You should watch out for an accident that's blocking the left shoulder on southbound 315's off-ramp to eastbound 670. And we have a small delay on westbound 670 from 71 to 3rd Street. This report is sponsored by Discover. Time with family, laughs with friends, and cash back? Discover's got you covered on the last one. That's because Discover doubles all the cash back you've earned on your credit card at the end of your first year with Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/credit card. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Enjoy rates as low as 9.90% APR with a Visa Platinum credit card from BMI FCU. BMIFCU.org/Visa.
Hello, I am a serious announcer hired to deliver a serious announcement. Get an Apex Pros winter tune-up for your furnace right now for only $29. Notice we are simply giving you the facts. Just $29 to make sure your furnace is ready for the upcoming Ohio winter. We know how you enjoy our usual fun and funny commercials. Hello? Beg pardon? Well, I see no reason to bring my mother into this. Good day to you, sir. Where was I? Oh, yes. A $29 tune-up will make sure your furnace runs safely and warmly all winter. That's serious. I'm serious. That's why we're not doing the usual that you've come to expect from Apex Pros. None of this or this nonsense. $29 for a furnace tune-up from Apex Pros. The pros who knows? Knows? Is that really how you say it? The pros who...
Apex Pros, the official plumber of the Columbus Blue Jackets. ApexPros.com.
Common Man here. I've told you about my friends at Sell for 1% Realtors. I am back to remind you that if you're thinking about selling your home, it should not cost you 6% to do it. Their premise is almost too good to be true. They sell your home for 1% commission, not 6%. That's it. I had to check it out for myself, see if it was legit. I met with the family-run business here in Central Ohio. They will give you everything you expect from any realtor for a whole lot less. This is full service, not discount. They literally do everything that a realtor who charges you 6% is going to do, and probably more. They can do it because they use today's technology, which has made the realtor's job easier, taking photos, signing documents on your phone. And instead of keeping their prices the same like everybody else does, they pass the savings on to you because they know you're going to be happy with the service. Tell a friend, they get more business. Oh, what a novel concept. If I knew about these guys 10 years ago, I would have saved a boatload of money. On average, customers save about $10,000 in commissions. If you're selling, give my guys a call. 614-451-6616. Sellfor1%.com.
The Buckeyes hit the road for a Big Ten battle with Michigan State.
Live fan coverage starts Saturday at noon with the kick at 7:30.
Peacock is for losers. The radio's where it's at, baby. Your home of the Buckeyes. The Fan.
Chaps here, and yeah, I'm about to be a dad. First kid, a baby boy. It's a big deal, right? Honestly, I didn't think too much about my health before, but maybe, just maybe, I knew something was coming. That's probably why I dropped 95 pounds last year with Awaken 180 weight loss. Perfect timing, because now I won't be lugging around all that extra weight while trying to keep up with a toddler scampering around my feet. And look, I know there are some sleepless nights coming. Bring them on. I've got the energy for it now, and I'll be ready to roll thanks to getting my health in check with Awaken 180. Maybe you've already got kids, maybe yours are grown, or maybe the parenting life isn't for you. Either way, here's the deal. Life is just better. Your health will be better when you're not carrying around a bunch of extra weight. Awaken 180 is a whole new ballgame. Get on it like we all have. It's fast, easy, and you'll keep it off thanks to free support for life. Visit awaken180weightloss.com. That's awaken180weightloss.com or call 844-346-1800.
Trust. Not everyone deserves it. Not everyone should have it. It needs to be earned. Your trust. And when it comes to accurate information about Ohio's safe and secure elections, where should you turn? VoteOhio.gov. VoteOhio.gov is the source for providing you with the facts and real information about elections. So no matter where you are, what you do, or who you choose, get the real facts about Ohio's elections. VoteOhio.gov, your trusted elections source. Sponsored by the Ohio Secretary of State, Frank LaRose.
Have you experienced foot or ankle pain during or after sports, running, or exercising at the gym? Nagging aches in your foot or ankle that won't go away? Podiatric physicians can provide you with important foot care solutions, shoe inserts, or show you how to support your feet and ankles so you're able to compete or exercise comfortably. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state and have been serving the profession and the public for over 100 years. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
Don't let a cold, sinus infection, or allergies ruin your day. Breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier with Navage. Visit Navage.com, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or a store near you.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Mostly cloudy, light winds, not a bad end of the day on Wednesday. Temperatures near 80 degrees. Down to the mid-60s overnight with mostly cloudy skies and light winds. More clouds and sun on Thursday. A chance of a shower by Thursday evening and high temperatures in the upper 70s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Dumb, very dumb. This is Man and Bone.
Bone and I do all our banging at Hollywood Casino Columbus in their soon-to-be renamed ESPN Bet Sportsbook, 12,000 square feet. As a matter of fact, Bone and I will be broadcasting the show live, 3 to 6.
Yeah.
Because that's when we're on Friday. So stop on by and see us. Must be 21 or older. Can't, sneak a baby in.
That's right. Don't even try.
No. But we're excited to see you. If you're in the YouTube chat, please come. I think F-Bomb Jen will have name tags for you.
Yeah.
That we know you by your moniker.
Or if you regularly interact with the show, even if you don't, maybe this is the first time you're ever going to say anything to any of us. We'll show up there and say hi.
Yes, come out, please.
Yeah.
I put up this wall like I hate people, and I do, but I always get a kick out of meeting listeners of the show because you're not well-adjusted people, and I can relate to that. Thank you.
There you go. We find common ground with people who are like us.
Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. You know what happened? What?
Huh?
You know what happened is what I was trying to say.
What happened?
Fish came in here and gave me the plug sheet for tomorrow.
Oh, it's time to plug away, baby.
We got a show called Morning Juice. It's on from 6 to 9 tomorrow morning at 8:05. Albert Breer from SI and Buckeye alum. He'll be on the show.
That's always good.
Bishop and Friends, it's their regular Thursday visit at 10:33 with Paul Feinbaum.
Yeah.
And then the Ryan Day Show is noon tomorrow. The Ryan Dick from Dayton, very excited. The Ryan Day Show, noon tomorrow, right here on The Fan. It's Wildcard Wednesday.
Oh, yeah, I should probably pull up some of those. This one is from Chip Dip, who says, my hombres, and of course, is a volleyball tweet. OSU Volleyball's first Big Ten West Coast road trip is this weekend at USC on Friday and at UCLA on Sunday. Even as a relatively new fan of volleyball, this still feels weird. How long do you think until the realignment feels normal? It's going to take years, I think. I mean, Buckeye basketball is going to go out and do the same thing, aren't they?
Yeah.
USC and then UCLA or one or the other. They're going to get all those done at once. That'll probably be an annual thing to eventually we'll say, oh, yeah, it's the California's trip, the California schools trip.
We're going to go out to the football team's going to go out to Oregon in a couple weeks.
Right.
I mean, that's a conference game. We have to wrap our head around that.
Well, I'm saying with these sports where they're going to play USC and UCLA in back-to-back games, they're not with basketball, volleyball, some of these sports, they're not going to make them go out separately for two different trips.
You would think so.
They're going to knock both those out at once. So we're going to become, I guess, accustomed to, oh, yeah, Ohio State's playing USC, UCLA, in a week. They're going to play both those games just because that's how they're going to try to do this.
You know, something else we're going to have to get accustomed to because I saw the ratings for it.
What's that?
The Friday night Big Ten window on Fox.
Oh, you mean the one that everybody said, don't watch it. They're going to ruin high school sports. No one will ever watch this because we're going to all ignore it because no one wants this. No one wants to sit around and watch this.
The game peaked at 5.07 million viewers in the 11:15 to 11:30 quarter hour. They averaged 4.21 million viewers, which was up 63% from the previous week's Arizona-Kansas State game. This is the Nebraska-Illinois game from this past Friday. Look, we heard from the Michigan people saying, we're not playing Friday night games. And we've indirectly heard from the Ohio State people that they, too, will not be playing Friday night games. But what do we always hear about? This is the reason for night games in general, which I think is bogus because the numbers are bigger on big noon kickoff, but whatever. Said, it's great for exposure. The recruits like it. The kids like it. The atmosphere is great at night. So you're telling me, and by the way, if Illinois and Nebraska's pulling down 5 million people,
yeah,
imagine putting a real Buckeye game on Friday night on Fox.
Right.
Like the Buckeyes and a good opponent where it's a real game. The number that would draw. I'm sorry. This is a media landscape that's dominated by cash. These schools know it. They've resisted it for years. We're not going to have night games in November. Trust me. 2 years later, night games in November.
Yeah.
It's going to happen because the money's going to make it happen. We can either get right with it and just accept it or just fight it all the time. I know it's coming. so I'm going to accept it.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the people who will say Friday night games when it comes to recruiting, specifically having visits, a lot of those guys are playing on Friday nights. That's what they do. So I understand that one might be a challenge to get some players to come in and visit you during one of those games. But you know what? If I don't think this is likely, but let's say they had put an OSU-Oregon type of matchup on a Friday night, you'd be foolish not to call those players and be like, hey, I understand you got your game, but you can skip that and come out to this, right? We want you here. We want you a part of this atmosphere. And if anybody has a problem with that, they can have a problem with it. You're trying to win football games. You're trying to get recruits. If that's when your games are, that's when you're going to call those guys up and say, come on over and do that. That's just the reality of this situation. I don't think Ohio State would try to do that. I don't think they would necessarily prefer to do that. But if that becomes normal, where 2 or 3 times a year you've got big-time opponents on a Friday night, that's just going to be something we're going to get used to as well. But clearly the audience is there for it, to your point. And I don't think the TV networks are going to go, well, we know that there's a lot of people watching this, but we heard some people say that it's a negative for high school football, so we're not going to do it. They don't care. It's all about money. That's what this is.
So I've said this before, and you may question where this is going. Just follow me. I do have a plan.
Okay.
I have said previously that I think if you successfully break out of prison, you should be allowed to just go. All right? That's on the prison for not keeping you. Now, you can't go out there and murder more people or reoffend. If you commit a crime, you go right back to prison.
It's your way of getting out of, it's a get out of jail free card where then you go out and then you try to stay clean.
Yes, you have to live a clean life, and if you manage to do that, then more power to you. You've broken out of prison. That should have been on the prison to keep you.
Okay.
So remember what I just said there.
All right.
A's fans last night were trying to leave the ballpark, the Coliseum, with seats from the Coliseum that during the game they physically pried out of the concrete. And they were rebuffed. They were told they couldn't leave with the seats. They had to put them back. I say that if a human being without heavy machinery can yank out seats that are encased in concrete, you should be able to take them. They should look at you and say, how did you do that? But it doesn't matter. Here you go. Want me to help that to your car?
Yeah. I would also say that if you're someone who is able to do that, I'm probably not going to be able to stop you from doing whatever else you want. So I'm just going to stand there and be like, well, even if I wanted to tell you not to put that back, clearly you're showing up to rip it out of concrete.
Put it back. They just went, okay. And they just went and put it back.
Yeah. Also, I mean, who is enforcing this? Like, if the A's are enforcing it, well, you don't want this ballpark anymore either. You're leaving it. It's not yours to begin with. If it's the ballpark staff, well, you're all going to be out of a job soon because your main tenant is moving. So what do you care? And if it's the ownership of, the government or whoever owns that.
The county's going to tear that place down anyway.
That's what I'm saying. They're going to get rid of all of it. So they're just helping you with demolition. At the very least, do this. Because clearly, we know there were not enough fans. Or, that's a wrong way to say it. There were a lot of A's fans, but they got turned off by this ownership group, and rightfully so. We know that they didn't have as many season ticket holders this year or last year or the last few years as they had seats in that building. I think if you're a season ticket holder, they should, if they want to do anything right by those fans, I'm sure they don't care, they should offer them a day where they say, hey, you know what? In a couple months, we're going to knock this whole place down. Today is your day to bring your tools, bring your chisels and your jackhammers and whatever else. We'll have some on site for you, and we're going to get your seats out, and you can take them home. If you came to an A's game in the last year, you can come in and get a seat for free. Now, if you want more than that, we'll sell them to you for like $50 a piece or something. I don't know. But if you went to an A's game and you can prove you have a ticket, you should be able to go in there and get a seat. I think that's only fair.
More Wildcard Wednesday. Plus, there's a lot of stuff that I'm anxious to check out tonight. I'm going to tell you about them coming up next. Colin Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
Traffic is stop and go, causing a 5-minute delay on westbound 270 on the North Outer Belt between 23 and Sawmill Road. And you're going to hit another delay on westbound 670 between 71 and Neal Avenue. This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples prints anything you need for your business, like banners, flyers, and signs. And Staples will beat any price quote. Print more, save more. Up to $150 off your print purchase. Offer ends 11/2. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print or staples.com/price match for price match guarantee. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarhvac.com.
Family is not just an important thing, it's everything. And in a world where big, out-of-state companies dominate the roofing industry, Newman Roofing stands proud as a local, family-run business. We believe that every homeowner deserves a white glove experience, and our family's commitment to excellence is at the heart of everything that we do. At Newman Roofing, we treat every project as if it were our own home, building lasting relationships and ensuring every detail meets our high standards. It's this dedication that's earned us over 550 reviews, all with a perfect 5-star rating. Since 1992, thousands of homeowners across Central Ohio have trusted Newman Roofing for their roofing needs. So, whether you need a repair or a full replacement, give the Newman Roofing family a call today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF, or visit online at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
It's Customer Appreciation Week with special deals like select Kroger brand pasta sauce or pasta for only 99 cents each with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
This season on Nada Yada Island.
You were charging your phone? I waited hours for you.
That's how long it takes.
Join Metro and get a free Motorola Edge that'll charge for the day in 15 minutes. At Metro, there's no activation fees. Only at Metro by T-Mobile.
Bring your number ID and sign up for Metro Flex Plus plan. Offer not available if at T-Mobile or have been with Metro in the past 180 days. Requires 68-watt charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary.
Friday nights mean high school football. Join us for the fans' high school game of the week.
This week, Bell Fountain at London.
Live coverage starts Friday night at 6:30 on ESPN Columbus, 1460 AM, and the Fan's HD2. The Fan.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Is your business generating over $1 million a year in revenue? If your financial advisory team isn't keeping pace, maybe it's time for a change. Here's Brad Hennebert with Premier Advisors.
Thanks, Bobby. Our team integrates financial planning and asset management with business accounting and tax preparation. Business owners have planning needs that are unique. We work with you to design a seamless financial services bundle tailored to your business with monthly or quarterly advisory consultations to help guide you along the way. We don't just keep score of what happened last year. Our team combines expert financial planning and wealth management with top-tier tax services, helping businesses like yours build wealth for you. Call us today at 614-524-4888. That's 614-524-4888.
Brad Hennebert is a registered representative offering securities through United Planners Financial Services. Member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through TCP Asset Management LLC. Tax services offered through Premier Tax CPAs. United Planners is not affiliated with TCP Asset Management, Premier Advisors, or Premier Tax CPAs.
Scott from the Cleveland area has coached girls basketball and supported his granddaughter's athletic pursuits.
My granddaughters have worked hard to excel in sports. It's tough enough. So the idea that Sherrod Brown voted to allow transgender biological men to compete in girls' sports, it's unfair and dangerous. And introducing a bill to allow biological men in girls' locker rooms? Biological men to shower in my granddaughter's locker room? No way. I worry about the safety of my family constantly. Now I have to worry about Sherrod Brown's crazy liberal ideas. I thought Sherrod Brown was on my side, but he's way too liberal for me.
Sherrod Brown has let Ohio down. Now he's way too liberal for Ohio. Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
Oh, what?
Would you please just call the Waterworks?
At the Waterworks, we mean clean. Better care, better value, better results.
Order like a champ at Raising Cane's. With tailgates of hand-battered chicken fingers and cane sauce and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade, you can guarantee victory for every game day meal. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Back when I was banging, this show slapped. Whatever the hell that means. You're listening to Common Man and T-Bone.
Happy Wednesday. It is Wildcard Wednesday. So I got a text from my wife. Okay. Here's what it says. You want her voice, my interpretation of her voice, or just me being normal?
Your interpretation of her voice always adds something to these.
A friend offered me some Blue Jackets tickets. Do you want them?
My reply, yeah, sounds good. I'll take them because even if we can't use them, some people in the office may like them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because I was going to give them to somebody else.
Well, then why did you text me?
Just to be polite.
I don't. When I say to her sometimes, she asks me a question even though she already knows what the answer should be. And I said, I'm sorry, you don't want me. You want a mirror. That's what you want. You want validation. You already know what decision you want to make, right? I didn't need that question about the Blue Jacket tickets. Clearly, you didn't want to give them to me.
Mm-hmm.
So why ask? I wouldn't have known. And I wouldn't have cared either way.
I feel like this is a discussion that happens in our household quite often when it comes to dinner, where my wife will say, well, what do you want for dinner? And I'll say, I don't know. How do you feel about going out for, I don't know, let's get some Chinese food. She's like, oh, we just had Chinese a couple days ago. Oh, okay. Well, how about we go out and get pizza? Pizza. We just had that on Monday. It's like, well, it's Saturday now.
What do you want, honey?
Right. It's like, what? And then eventually we get to like, well, I was thinking we should go here. And it's like, well, then lead with that. Just say, because I don't really care. I'll eat any of these places. Just tell me where you want to go.
You know what? I usually don't pick our lunchtime destination on the weekends, but a couple weeks back, both Kristen and Samantha looked at me and said, we want you to pick where we go to lunch today.
Okay.
I said, oh, you sure? Yes, we were talking about it earlier. We want you to pick. So I said, okay. I think I'm in the mood for fill in the blank.
Mm-hmm.
And this is all I hear from the back seat. Is that not good?
Oh, Samantha,
no, it's fine.
Samantha didn't want that?
No, it's fine. I told you to pick.
I know, but now I know you don't want it, so I'm not going to enjoy it. See, you've ruined this for me. You've ruined it.
Yeah.
That's why I just want to go where you want to go.
That's right. One of the best things I've seen on social media was the guy gets into the car with his girlfriend or wife, whatever, and says, you're never going to guess where I decided that we're going to go to dinner for tonight. You're never going to guess. It's your favorite place. Then she goes, oh, such and such. And he's like, yes, thank you. That's how he settles it, because he just throws that out there, and then she responds with whatever she's in the mood for, and then he goes, great, that's where we're going. Perfect.
All right, there's actually some stuff tonight that I'm looking forward to. First of all, Blue Jackets preseason debut over at Nationwide tonight, 6:45 right here on The Fan. The Crew going for yet another cup tonight, the Championes Cup.
Campiones.
Campiones and Championes.
Sure. You can get them both.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
Championes. Joey Chestnut will be there chomping on things.
Sure.
Yes. Against Club America over at the LDC. Is that on Apple?
Yeah. Yeah, that's an Apple thing.
Okay.
They're all Apple things.
All right, so there's that. There's the White Sox again going for loss number 121, which would be an all-time record. That is tonight in Chicago. I think the start time is 6:40.
Mm-hmm.
Or 7:40. 7:40.
7:40 make more
Eastern
sense. Central,
time.
yeah.
Yes.
Big win for him last night.
Shut up, Timmy.
Come from behind.
They ruined my whole evening. First time all season long, they've come from behind to win a game, and it has to be that game. I was so looking forward to seeing loss number 121.
Some idiot dropped a pop-up, too.
I know.
Catch the ball.
Yeah.
Going for history here.
So also tonight, because it dropped today, is the Vince McMahon Netflix docuseries.
That's already out.
Yes, that dropped today, so it's out. I've heard from some people on the burner phone that have already watched a good portion of it. I think it's 6 episodes, I want to say.
Oh, man, okay.
Now, I said this before. I'm not a Vince McMahon fan. I think he's a horrible, rapey person that should be in jail. I have liked his product at times during the years, but almost the same way I'm told that Star Wars fans feel about George Lucas.
That's right.
Wrestling fans seem to feel that way about Vince McMahon. You can acknowledge the fact that none of this would probably be here if it weren't for this person. However, it may have been so much better, too, over the years, if not for this person.
Yes. And I know what you're saying, just so people don't get this twisted up or anything. Star Wars fans, and you are not saying that. Star Wars fans are aware that George Lucas may just suck in the figuring out how to make Star Wars like 1,900 episodes long. He does not suck in the way Vince McMahon allegedly sucks, which is being a horrible human.
Of course.
You're right. But beyond that, but yeah, your point is well taken. We agree on that, yeah, Vince McMahon, all his personal stuff, horrible human being from all accounts, from what it sounds like. Just on the wrestling side of things, how many times did you and I watch stuff and go, God, if he would just let them do their thing and not meddle and make this. It's all about stories. It's all about trying to make a cool thing happen. We all know it's fake, but we also know that there's real drama behind the scenes that kind of makes some of this stuff happen. And Vince oftentimes would be the one kind of trying to manipulate things in a certain way, where if he would just let the creative people do their jobs, it would be even better than it was.
I really hope that they don't treat him with kid gloves. And the reason I say this is because he's involved in the project. He sits for this. His family sits for this. WWE helped produce this. Now, Bill Simmons and his production crew, the people who do 30 for 30, they're the producer on this project. They insist that WWE and the McMahon family had no say over the final cut. I mean, I hope to believe them.
Hope that's right.
I hope this paints an accurate picture of the monster I believe this guy to be. But I will be tuning in tonight to at least the first episode to see what it's all about.
Yeah. I think that's worth a watch, too. Hopefully I'll get to some of it tonight. I don't know if I'll get through all of it, but yeah, I'll be very interested to watch that, too.
Wildcard Wednesday.
Oh, yeah, this is my part where I do those. This one, let's see. This comes from, where did they go? Paulie Two Shirts says, my Fatboy food, just the tips. I was thinking the other day, and this is just an observation, picking Ohio State as your favorite team, Common Man, out of spite is the most Seinfeld thing I've ever heard. Love it. Man is the man. Maybe people don't know your backstory on Ohio State from when you were a kid.
I grew up in Chicago when I was, I don't know, probably 7, 8, somewhere around there. I adopted Ohio State as my favorite team. We didn't grow up watching college football in my house. There was this kid in the neighborhood, his brother or stepbrother, one of the two, had just gotten a scholarship to go play for Michigan. And this kid in my neighborhood was the most annoying bully type of kid. And I went home and told my dad how he's acting like a big shot because his brother's going to go play football at Michigan. And now this little kid, this bully kid, the brother, is going to be even more insufferable because he's got his big, tough brother football player going to Michigan. And my father said, well, you know who the big rival is for Michigan? Ohio State. And it just so happened to be a week where Ohio State was going to be on television in the area, which, by the way, was not common.
Sure, yeah.
In the Chicago area back in the 80s, every game wasn't on TV, but it was the particular weekend where Ohio State played Iowa. And Greg Fry threw like 5 touchdown passes. And I remember watching it. That was the first Buckeye game I ever watched. And from that moment on, because of the annoying kid in my neighborhood, if that kid doesn't exist, I'm probably not sitting here now.
Well, and you know what? Imagine if your dad had just heard that whole story and been like, yeah, well, you know, people suck. What are you going to do? Instead, your dad was proactive in his pettiness said, you know what, son? I agree with you. That does suck.
My father is petty like I am.
And let's figure out a way to annoy that kid by rooting for the exact opposite of who he likes so that you can rub it in his face. Good for your dad.
Best thing my dad ever did.
There's a team you can cheer for, son.
Yeah.
That team wears scarlet and gray.
I mean,
and it also helped that they went out there and just had the game of their life and killed Iowa.
Yes, it all worked out, but I'm saying he steered you towards a powerhouse, like in Ohio State, a very good team.
But if they don't win that game, I probably don't become a fan.
True enough.
So do you remember? Suck and I turn it off.
Do you remember what they did in the Michigan game that year? That very year?
I don't remember. Look up the year of that. It was
you already got hooked up. You already got hooked in the
I know.
Iowa
Look
game.
up the year because that was the year that Ohio State went to Iowa and Greg Fry threw 1 million touchdown passes.
Greg Fry, big day, Iowa.
Yes.
Okay.
Look that up. Look the year up, and then we can see what they did against Michigan. All the news and notes you need as we go on campus coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
We've got a 20-minute delay due to an accident that's blocking 3 lanes on westbound 270 on the North Outer Belt between 23 and 315. And there's slower traffic on eastbound 161 from Hamilton Road to New Albany Road. This report is sponsored by Z-Bart. Tough roads demand tougher protection. Shield your vehicle's underside with genuine Z-Bart undercoating from $2.99 and fortify your truck bed against scratches, impacts, and dents with Rhino Lining Spray-On Bed Liner starting at $4.99. Z-Bart, your vehicle's best defense. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Take the winning drive to Great Lakes Kia. Great cars, great people, Great Lakes Kia. Visit GreatLakesKia.com.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
Hi, I'm Joanna Williams, General Manager at Tansky Sawmill Toyota. Is it time for a new or used car? Visit Tansky Sawmill Toyota on the corner of Sawmill and 161, home of the Tansky Promise, where our salespeople aren't paid on commission. We have a 72-hour exchange policy, and every transaction is upfront and transparent. You can even start the process at home. Visit TanskySawmillToyota.com to start your purchase today and to see all of this month's specials. And when you think Toyota, think Tansky.
Welcome to the greatest show on turf at Great Lakes Kia.
I'm pretty sure that's just tile.
And you can feel the excitement in the air. Brand new Kias under $5 a day.
I'm Bart Zimmerman, General Manager at Great Lakes Kia.
Bart's coming up big. Lease new 24 Kia Forte LXS, EV Wind, and Sorrento LX.
Under $5 a day. $5.
Oh, and the fan favorite, new 24 Kia Telluride LX, under $8 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
Even new 24 Kia Carnival LXS, under $9 a day.
There's a flag on the play. It looks like credit interference.
No problem. Get approved with 1.9% financing.
Take the winning drive to Great Lakes Kia.
Great cars, great people, Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus,
GreatLakesKia.com.
Visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
Full inventory sale at Logan Services. Save up to $2,500 on a qualifying train system and ask us about tax credits. With a system for every home and budget, it's hard to stop a train with Logan Services.
It's Thursday Night Football on the Fan. Catch the Cowboys and Giants from Daniel Jones' personal hell. Live coverage starts Thursday at 8.
Sponsored by Roosters, a fun casual joint.
Your radio home of the NFL, The Fan.
Script Ohio necklaces, Blocko earrings, Ohio State bangles, and more. You'll find an exclusive collection of luxury Buckeye jewelry you'll love at the Diamond Cellar, starting at $99. Show your Buckeye love at the Diamond Cellar, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
The Columbus Men's Clinic opened in 2014 for guys who get it done. Let's talk, fellas. You solve problems all day at work. You fix your sink when it's broken. But when it comes to ED and low T, it doesn't get done. We get it. You hate going to the doctor, but you're the guy that fixes things. At the Columbus Men's Clinic, there's nothing to fear and no reason to delay. We've been destroying bedroom boredom for a decade. So if you haven't fixed this, call us. When the pills fail, call us. If you feel like you've tried everything, call us. Here, there's hope. From the conventional to the next level. You'll be seen by our friendly, discreet physician who will take the time to listen. Imagine finally taking care of this with no surgery. Imagine going from feeling gray to living life in vibrant color. It's time to be confident. Join the thousands of guys who have found success after walking through our doors. Will you be one of them? Dial 614-300-7400 or go to ColumbusMen'sClinic.com to schedule a $99 mailed performance consultation, including blood work. Do it for you. Do it for her. ColumbusMen'sClinic.com. Book your appointment now.
By the time you're finished listening to this Pepsi Zero Sugar, you'll be 15 seconds closer to kickoff. Stock up now. Bengals game day is so close, you can almost taste it. Bengals watching. Better with Pepsi.
I need a small order of sheet metal to repair something in the shop. It's not much, but can you help me out?
At Metal Supermarkets, no order is too small.
Wait, really?
Yep.
What about small home projects?
Yep.
For a car I'm working on?
Yep.
Any kind of metal?
Yep.
Cut to size?
Yep.
With no minimum order?
Yep.
How about 1,000 cut pieces of aluminum flat bar?
Yep. Choose from over 8,000 types, shapes, and grades of metal in any quantity you need. And yes, we're serious. Any metal, any size, ready fast. Locally owned on Wilson Road.
Saturday is game day on the Fan.
Sponsored by Riker Ford.
Every game, every season, your home of the Buckeyes. The Fan. Best known for their contributions to the fast food breakfast world. This is Man and Bone.
We had some more goodies dropped off today.
Oh, we did.
We will be revealing those goodies in Fatboy Food Tap. Coming up in about 10 minutes.
That's right.
Wildcard Wednesday. You can tweet us at Man and Bone 971. Text the burner phone 614-787-3093. A lot of the wild cards today revolving around men and their grooming routines. I accidentally shaved off all my pit hair today, and so I feel like less of a man, but got a lot of people saying they do the same thing.
I know what you mean, but it does feel like when you say that, like you were just standing there going, well, I just think I'll raise both my arms up simultaneously.
No, I just wanted to do a little bit of trimming. It got out of hand. I tried to even things out before you knew it. Gone. So,
yeah, it happens.
Now I feel the need to, every time I meet somebody today, introduce myself like this. Hi, I'm Mike. I don't have any pit hair. Just so you know, it was an accident.
You didn't do it on purpose.
Timmy?
You know, most of my pit hair got surgically burned off.
When you had the gland surgery?
Yes.
Yeah.
I had the pit procedure because I had too much sweating. It was an endorsement deal years back.
It worked out too,
and
right?
It worked out, and they said up front that for some people it could take 2 procedures, but the first one would definitely cut in on the problem. I never had to go back for the second one, and I've only had a tiny bit amount of hair that's ever grown back down there. I was smooth like a seal for the first 4 years or so. But I do also take clippers because I hate the pit hair. It's awful.
So you like to have no pit hair?
Oh, that was fantastic. Well, I'd like to have no hair anywhere. I mean,
you want to be a hairless, just a hairless wonder,
just completely hairless.
Like
hair's
Beam
bad. Cuts down on wind resistance.
Beam's got no hair.
He's
got no body hair.
Super smooth.
That's fine.
I've seen him in the shower.
I bet you have, Timmy.
He's got all of Australia. He is really put together.
All of it. Common Man and T-Bones. On campus, the latest college sports news and notes.
Sponsored by Reverse Aesthetics. Does it jiggle or shake? Schedule your medical weight loss consultation today at reverse-aesthetics.com.
By the way, Buckeye Hubert in the YouTube chat says, I'm completely hairless since the microwave repair accident. I like that. It's a great line, even if it's not true. Tropical Storm Helene is forcing the FAMU Alabama A&M game to be postponed. That is a scheduled game that was supposed to happen this weekend, but it's being rescheduled to Friday, November 29th because of this major hurricane that is moving through the area, expected to make landfall here very soon. They are saying it very much could make landfall just south of Tallahassee, which is near where the school is. So they decided to go ahead and make sure that is all not a problem for them. So let them live. Probably going to be some other schools having to debate whether or not they're going to do the same thing. Talked about this a little bit yesterday. Utah State has accepted an invite to become the 7th member of the Pac-12. This is the newly reformatted conference trying to gain some traction there. I mean, I understand this. Pac-12 is saying we know we're not going to be what we once were, but we want to come together and try to be bigger than we are now, which is having 2 schools. Now they've got a number of commitments that have saying they're going to move into that conference, most of them from the Mountain West. There is now the Mountain West saying that there's been tampering involved and that there's payments going certain ways, and then now the Pac-12 is suing. It's all a big mess. But oddly enough, holding the power now, UNLV was expected to join as well. But then when they were expected to stay in the Mountain West, I should say. Then they found out Utah State was not going to stay in, and they said, well, hold on a second. Maybe we don't want to stay either. What do you got to offer, Pac-12? So right now it's all up in the air, but conference realignment, I don't know if it'll ever stop, Mike. I mean, every time we think we've kind of settled down on that front, then a new story comes up saying there's something else happening. Meanwhile, we just talked about Friday Night Football, and we talked about how some schools in the Big Ten have said, we will not do that. Like Ward Manuel at Michigan has made that very clear that Michigan doesn't want to have any of those Friday night games. Well, I find this interesting. Nebraska's AD is now coming out and saying, even though they had the big game on last Friday, a lot of people were there. They had their 400-plus sellouts that they've had. That streak continued. They are now requesting from the Big Ten also that they don't want to do any Friday night games.
Shut up. You're not in a position to request anything.
Well,
shut your mouth.
Here's what I like about this, because I'm inclined to agree with you. But Athletic Director Troy Dannon said Tuesday he sent a letter to Big Ten Commissioner Tony Petitti requesting that they no longer host those games other than the Black Friday game that they do where they play Iowa, their rivalry game. Obviously, that rotates between the two schools. Every other year, they get to host it. But here is what their AD said. He said, the size of the stadium and where it is, I don't think we want to be canceling in-person classes. They had to cancel classes on Friday, tell everyone to go online, do it that way, because the amount of traffic and everything else they expected on campus for this game. They knew people would get there early, want to tailgate. So they just shut the school down for the day so they could have all this influx of crowd. So he is using that to say this is why we don't want to have Friday games, Thursday games. But also he threw this in. He said, I don't like it that other Big Ten schools are putting their foot down, but we aren't allowed to. And I kind of see where he's coming from there. He said, I'm not sure any institution should have the unilateral ability to do that. So I think what he's trying to do here, not to defend him, but I do feel like what he's saying is if we're going to be allowed to put this in there, then I want to put our name in as not wanting to do it. And if Michigan wants to throw their little fit and say they don't get to do it, then Tony Petitti, you got to either come out with a policy that says everyone but Michigan has to do this, or you're going to have to realize Michigan's going to have to do it too. You either tell them they're all allowed to say they don't want to do it, or none of them are.
Michigan's objection is hollow, just like Ohio State's objection is hollow. We will see them on Friday night. We've seen them before. We'll see them again.
Yeah.
Also, look, if I'm Tony Petitti, I have no problem calling up. Who's this dude?
This is Troy Dannon.
Hey, Troy Dannon, I enjoy your yogurt. Also, you don't matter as much as these other schools. So pipe down, or we'll send you back to the Big 12 where you belong.
Right.
Kiss my ass.
I do think he should have the ability to do that to Michigan and Ohio State, too. He should be able to say, hey, you know what? No one is above the conference. Doesn't matter. If you think you are, that's fine.
No, there are people who are more important. That's the lesson I want to set up.
That's fine. I just don't want Michigan to feel like they're one of them.
You're lucky that we split our check with you. The ACC is about to tear up their constitution, or whatever the hell they call that.
Their grant of rights.
Right. And say, oh, yeah, just to keep Clemson and Florida State happy and from not suing them and trying to leave. What?
Well, no, I'm saying you know what would happen if that went on here. Ohio State, Michigan, USC probably could join in on that. There'd be 3 or 4 schools that would say, hey, if you don't fix this, and they would tomorrow say, what? Yes, where do you want us to rip it up and how do you want us to sign that check? They would change that in a heartbeat.
That's what I mean.
I agree with you on that.
Ohio State, Michigan, schools like that, even Penn State to an extent. Those are your major breadwinners in this conference, and they still split everything equally.
What I'm saying is Ohio State probably will go along with this, just like they've gone along with everything else. Michigan, the one putting their foot down, is absurd to me.
Fatboy Food Tap? Coming up next, Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
We've got an accident that's blocking the right lane and causing delay on southbound 71 at 270 on the North Outer Belt. And there's a 15-minute slowdown on eastbound 70 on the east side from Livingston Avenue to 270. This report is sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast Burrito. Wendy's Breakfast Burrito is everything you want for breakfast. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, American cheese, cheese sauce, bacon or sausage, all rolled up into one warm tortilla. Want the boss of breakfast burritos? Gotta be Wendy's. At participating U.S. Wendy's. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Roosters. Roosters is giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. We're talking tickets, sideline passes, a trip to a postseason game, and more. Register today and every day at roosterswings.com.
Ready for the best car buying experience of your life? Visit KriegerFord.com today. Explore our amazing selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Service and parts available when you need us. Come experience the Krieger commitment. The best cars, the best people, peace of mind. Visit KriegerFord.com now.
Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers, the people who refuse to make trade-offs in life. Like Kelly, when her old car insurance got so expensive that she couldn't afford to drive anymore, do you think she started carrying her groceries for miles? No. but she did find Direct Auto's savings that allowed her to drive instead of compromise. With savings of up to 25%, you too can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a quote today at directauto.com. Savings based on applied discounts and will vary. Terms apply. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Hey, it's Anthony Rothman. The fall deals at Germain Honda of Dublin are beautiful. The 24 Civic LX, only $249 a month for 36 months. The 24 Accord LX, only $279 a month for 36 months. With 10,000 miles a year on the lease, $34.99 cash cap reduction, payments plus tax, tag, and document fee, and away you go. How about 0.9% up to 36 months on the 24 Prologue, the first all-electric SUV from Honda. For the best deal in town, Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road.
They come here illegally, crossing our southern border. Then Sherrod Brown rolls out the welcome mat for them here in Ohio. Brown voted to give amnesty to 11 million illegal immigrants, including those convicted of crimes like drunk driving, aggravated assault, and child abuse. And Sherrod Brown voted 10 times to protect sanctuary cities in Ohio, which release dangerous illegals back onto the street, making Ohio's neighborhoods less safe. And while we struggle to make ends meet, Sherrod Brown is voting to give illegals taxpayer-funded benefits, like health care for illegals granted amnesty, Social Security, COVID relief checks, even a program to fly Haitian migrants into Ohio airports, all paid for by you, the taxpayer. You think you know Sherrod Brown? Well, after 31 years in Washington, Sherrod Brown's way too liberal for Ohio. American Crossroads paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. AmericanCrossroads.org.
Use your own body's healing properties to revitalize your achy joints and get you real lasting pain relief? That sounds amazing. Hey, it's Bobby Carper. I'm talking about advanced regenerative medicine. And if you're tired of arthritic pain in your knees, hips, back, or shoulders, I've had it before. I've had it in my knee. I went and saw the professionals, the experts at QC Kinetics. They're the leaders in regenerative medicine. Guess what? There's no surgery, there's no drugs, there's no downtime. And my dad did it as well. The local medical professionals at QC Kinetics are experts in these amazing treatments. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in this exciting breakthrough using cellular therapies. They've got tens of thousands of satisfied patients just like me. So I'm back to running again. My dad is back to walking again. They've got locations conveniently located in Dublin and Gahanna. So go check them out by going to qckinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
Hi, this is Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers. As a local family-owned business, we understand the importance of celebrating the ones we love. Stop in to find the perfect gift or check us out online at worthingtonjewelers.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Paul Keels from Soccer. Columbus Crew playing host to Club America tonight at Lower.com Field, hoping to win the Campeones Cup, something they did previously in 2021. Match starts at 7:30 this evening. Hockey, Columbus Blue Jackets playing their first home preseason game tonight when they entertain the St. Louis Blues at Nationwide Arena. 7 p.m. face-off here on the Fan. Columbus dropped their preseason opener Monday at Buffalo. Cleveland Guardians and Cincinnati Reds continue their series tonight at Progressive Field in Cleveland. And the Columbus Clippers try and clinch the International League Championship tonight in Omaha after taking Game 1 over the Storm Chasers last night in the best-of-3 series. This update brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss with a 98% customer satisfaction rating and thousands of 5-star reviews. You too will succeed. Awaken 180 weightloss.com. Breaking sports news when it happens on the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Yes, we tried unplugging and then plugging them back in. It didn't help. This is Man and Bone.
Hey, last night, Gabby Thomas went to a WNBA game.
Yeah?
Yeah. She posted photos of herself, as she does.
Well, yeah. I mean, she's a star athlete, an attractive person. She has a big Instagram presence.
She was wearing a crop top.
Let her live. Ooh. Good for you.
What a stomach.
That works.
What a stomach.
What a stomach.
What a stomach.
That's the new game show coming to CBS. What a stomach.
Some people are impressed by the cleave. Cleave is fine. For me, I like a good stomach.
Yeah?
And she's got a hell of a stomach.
Well, last night, that game she attended, that was the Liberty versus the Atlanta Dream. New York Liberty took them down. They now move on to the, I believe that's the semifinals of the WNBA playoffs.
They're playing for the Campeones Cup.
They'll play the Las Vegas Aces. So that series begins this weekend.
Timmy's an ace guy.
Timmy loves, he's a big fan of the Aces.
You got your stomachs, you got your aces.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
If you're wondering about what's going on with the Indiana Fever, they are actually trailing right now. Not the game, but they are down 1-0 to the Connecticut Sun. So old Caitlin Clark's got some work cut out if she wants to, get her team got into the playoffs. That's saying something for a team that wasn't doing anything last year.
Let her live.
They had the number 1 pick. That's how they got her. Mm-hmm. But they are down 1-0 in their series to the Connecticut Sun right now.
It is Wildcard Wednesday. What did I have? I had something for you.
Good. I can have something.
I don't. Go ahead.
Here's Bacon House, who says, my guys, in honor of Tommy John surgery turning 50 today, I guess that's the first time we've done that.
Tommy John had the surgery 50 years ago today.
Yeah. If you had a surgery named after you, what would you want it to be? That's a good question. I mean, the best thing you could have, I think, a surgery named after you would be something life-saving. Like if they came up with a treatment for some type of cancer and they're like, oh, yeah, you're going to get the T-bone procedure. And it's like, what does that do? It's like, it saves your life. People will be like, thank God for that T-bone procedure. I mean, again, though, wouldn't you have, I'd like to have a surgery named after me, but I'd have to know how to do surgery. I'd have to develop some technique. I guess that's not what happened with Tommy John, though, right? He got surgery on him, and then they just named it after him.
Right.
So I guess that's what we could do. I guess they'd have to call mine
penisectomy.
I was going to say, I knew that's where you were going to go. Actually, the common man surgery would be where they just make you smooth down there.
That's what I mean. That's exactly what I mean.
You want the whole thing just...
Like a spleenectomy is it leaves you, right?
Spleenectomy?
Isn't that what they call that?
Do they call it that?
I think it's called a spleenectomy when they remove the spleen.
That sounds... it sounds like something that a 5th grader would think it's called. It doesn't sound like what it's actually called.
I think he's right.
Like, oh, I had a kidney.
I think it's a
kidneyotomy.
I think it's more like splenectomy. I don't know if you say spleenectomy. I think you say splenectomy.
A spleenectomy / splenectomy is a surgical procedure to remove the spleen.
That's the best we came up with?
Yeah. Well,
what about having your appendix out?
We have
appendectomy?
Rhinoplasty for a nose job.
Well, that makes sense. I like that.
Right, but it's
rhinoceros, the nose.
But you have to think. That's what I'm saying is you have to think a little bit. You're like, oh, rhino, like nose, rhino. Yeah, okay. That's spleenectomy. It's just like, that's just right there. There's no thought involved.
We have a face-off procedure?
We do. They call that the Nicolas Cage.
And then you play a Nick Cage sounder where says you take his face.
Yeah.
Oh.
When they put all your hair back on, that's the John Travolta. They do the Nick Cage is your face off, your hair on is John Travolta. That's what they do.
I forget. Did they change the voice boxes there too? Or was it just the faces that they changed?
No, they had voice boxes, yeah. They put a little thing. There was like a little digital imprint they put over their voice box.
I see.
I see.
Yeah.
And that allowed them to talk like the other person.
I got it. All right.
I loved in that
It's got to be real.
Where it was like, here's what we're going to do is... Yeah, that's right. That's exactly how it works. Good times.
All right, Fat Food, yeah!
Common Man and T-Bone have very little value unless they're telling you about all the crap they can shove in your mouth so you can die quicker. It's time for Fatboy Food Tip. Wait, how do you want me to say it? Tip? This is dumb. I quit.
Well, here's something to know about us. We rarely turn down free food from reputable sources.
That's right.
I mean,
it's got to come sealed.
Right. As much as I'm sure we'd love your homemade cookies, don't just drop by the radio station with your cookies.
Right.
However, Kroger got in touch with us and said, hey, Friday is National Chocolate Milk Day. Can we bring you over some Kroger chocolate milk and some cookies? And I said, of course.
Why would anybody turn that down?
But you can't do it Friday because we're at the casino. So maybe another day this week. So today was the day where they brought in chocolate milk, whole milk chocolate milk too, which is like liquid candy bar. Delicious. Some Kroger cookies. They even brought in a chocolate milk scented candle.
And it smelled like chocolate milk. I mean, I don't know what I was expecting, but that's what it smelled like.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
So we partook in all of that. I was told that all the chocolate milk that Kroger makes comes from a factory in Newark.
I had no idea.
Where they make 15 million gallons of chocolate milk every season. Is it million or thousand?
I don't know.
I gotta read my email again.
Is that what they're doing in the old basket?
In the Longaberger? No, I don't think they're making the milk in there.
You don't think?
No.
They got to be doing something in there.
No, they're doing nothing.
No,
it's just in there.
There's something going on in there.
Maybe some illicit activities.
So anyway, I had no idea that Newark was the capital of chocolate milk, but congratulations to all of you.
Well, that's great. We had some of that chocolate milk today. It's never bad. I always love a good pre-made chocolate milk. You can make it yourself.
I can't make it myself anymore. It's not as good.
You can, but it's not as creamy.
It's not as good.
No, whatever they're doing is they're doing something. Now, today, we know there's been a whole debacle, an argument, a frustration about National Taco Day. National Taco Day is usually on October the 4th. That is a Thursday. It is next Thursday. However, Taco Bell decided, well, we don't like that. Actually, I think it's Friday. Whatever. It's one of those days.
Friday.
Taco Bell said, screw that. We don't like it. Because it doesn't fall on a Tuesday. We want it to be the first Tuesday in October. And apparently the National Taco Day organizers were like, yeah, go ahead, Taco Bell. Just run over us. Do whatever you want. So Taco Bell is declaring National Taco Day to be Tuesday of next week, October 1st. Meanwhile, everyone else who does National Taco Day is still honoring the 4th. So there are deals next week for tacos on that Tuesday. There are deals on October the 4th, which I believe is Friday. However, today is a different day entirely. To quote Les Miles, it's National Quesadilla Day.
Excellent.
So, in honor of that, Chipotle apparently is giving you free quesadillas.
I wish I knew that. I went there for lunch today.
You should have.
There was no signage.
There was nothing?
Nothing.
Well, here's what it says.
That's a bunch of crap.
Per Chipotle, here's what they say. Up to 15,000 DoorDash users can score a free quesadilla from Chipotle.
DoorDash users.
With a minimum order of $25. Okay, so it's not free.
You spend $25
and they'll
crap.
throw in a quesadilla.
That's crap.
Thanks, Chipotle.
It's a family of 3 getting a lunchtime meal.
Hey, you know what? If you buy $25 worth of food from Chipotle, we will fold one of our little tortillas in half and throw some cheese in it and melt it. There you go. Free. No, it's not. It's $25. Anyway, on Uber Eats, that's how you can take that deal. Apparently, that's DoorDash is the $25 one. On Uber Eats, it's up to 10,000 people can get a $15 cart minimum, then add the quesadilla.
You know, it's too much.
Free.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
Diego sent this on the burner phone. Says, just got out of the doctor's office for my annual physical. I had waiting in my car a City Barbecue pulled pork sandwich and fries. He said, what's your favorite fast breaking / treat meal?
Okay.
However, he says, bonus, Fatboy food tip. City Barbecue is doing throwback pricing today.
Oh.
Same price as $19.99 when they opened.
Okay.
So if you're
it's
saying,
their big anniversary,
If
right?
you're saying, man, a barbecue, it's too expensive. I remember back in 99. Well, today's your day. Go to City Barbecue. It's the same prices.
I'm trying to
What
find
would
out
those prices be?
I'm
What
looking
would
right
we
here.
speculate?
I don't know.
I'm going to say a pulled
$7
pork sandwich
for a pound of pulled pork?
$5 or $6. A whole pound? $7?
I'm saying, what is a pound now?
It's
$12.99?
$19.99, not $19.49.
That's a long time ago.
All
That
right.
was 25 years ago.
I'm trying to start an order right now on there to see what it costs. Oh, man. They have a nice website. I'm just trying to navigate it and be smart about it. And here we go. I don't see the pricing, so sorry I can't help you on this. I'm sure it's great, though. I'm sure it's great.
I need a splenectomy.
Good. I need a brainectomy. I need a better brain.
Anything else?
No, nothing else right now for Fatboy Food Tip. Other than I will say thank you to Kroger for dropping off the food and the chocolate milk and all that. It was very good.
Donato's apparently brought in pizza today, but I didn't get here to have any.
I did. They had the Block O pizza, which is a pizza in the shape of a Block O. It is basically the same shape as a regular pizza. They just put pepperoni all the way around it, so it if you like
opposed to their regular pepperoni.
Well, in the middle there's a hole where it's just cheese, so it looks like a red Block O.
I see,
but it's good. I mean, it's pepperoni pizza from Donato's. Do you like that? Then you'll like this.
Okay,
there you go.
Thank you, Bone.
You're welcome, man.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
I have to pee so badly. You'd think I'd want to go to break really quick.
This is the thing
but
you always do where you're like, I have got to go to the bathroom. You know what I'm going to do?
What do you tell people? It's like my son who still announces that he's got to take a deuce.
Yeah.
He just announces it to the house. Like the wife will say when she's got to go to the bathroom.
I think
like,
that's
just go to the bathroom.
I tell people.
I think it's courteous. If I disappear for a while, Dad, you know where I am.
You're going to the bathroom.
I'm going to deuce.
You're not leaving.
It doesn't matter. I think it's courteous.
You do?
Now,
Yes.
I do that with having all the kids. Me and my wife are constantly like, not constantly, but whenever someone has to, it's like, hey, FYI, I'm going to go do this errand. I'm going to go clean up this thing.
FYI, I really have to piss right now. Can we go to break?
Oh,
I got
wants to go to break.
Quarterback news for you and more Wildcard Wednesday fun. And my eyeballs are yellow. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You're going to run into slower traffic on westbound 70 on the west side between West Broad Street and Fisher Road. And there's a 10-minute delay on southbound 315 between Kinnear Road and Town Street. This report is sponsored by Z-Bart. Tough roads demand tougher protection. Shield your vehicle's underside with genuine Z-Bart undercoating from $2.99 and fortify your truck bed against scratches, impacts, and dents with Rhino Lining Spray-On Bed Liner starting at $4.99. Z-Bart, your vehicle's best defense. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by The Waterworks. Trust the pros at The Waterworks for all your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Visit thewaterworks.com today to get started.
Common Man and T-Bone here for the sportsbook, the ESPN Bet Sportsbook inside Hollywood Casino. Yes, they've changed the name.
It is better than ever, but they're still going to have your favorite teams on the biggest screens. You can place your bets, grab some wings and an ice-cold pint, and even hang out with us.
We're going to be there broadcasting live from 3 to 6, Friday, September 27th. And we've got tickets to give away, so come and be with us and hug us.
Must be 21 years or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Ohio, ready for some quick mental health facts? Let's go. Nearly 2 million Ohioans live with a mental health condition. In the U.S., more than 50% of people will be diagnosed with a mental illness in their lifetime. Depression is a leading cause of disability worldwide. So why are some of us still stigmatizing people living with a mental health condition when we know all of this? Let's listen to the facts and beat the stigma. Ohio, challenge what you know about mental health at beatthestigma.org.
Common Man here. I've told you about my friends at Sell for 1% Realtors. I am back to remind you that if you're thinking about selling your home, it should not cost you 6% to do it. Their premise is almost too good to be true. They sell your home for 1% commission, not 6%. That's it. I had to check it out for myself, see if it was legit. I met with the family-run business here in Central Ohio. They will give you everything you expect from any realtor for a whole lot less. This is full service, not discount. They literally do everything that a realtor who charges you 6% is going to do, and probably more. They can do it because they use today's technology, which has made the realtor's job easier, taking photos, signing documents on your phone. And instead of keeping their prices the same like everybody else does, they pass the savings on to you because they know you're going to be happy with the service. Tell a friend, they get more business. Oh, what a novel concept. If I knew about these guys 10 years ago, I would have saved a boatload of money. On average, customers save about $10,000 in commissions. If you're selling, give my guys a call. 614-451-6616. Sellfor1%.com.
A.J. Hawk won a national title, a Super Bowl, and a Lombardi Award, but his weekly appearance on Morning Juice Fridays at 8:33 is the real highlight of his career. If he tells you otherwise, he's lying.
Sponsored by FanDuel.
The Fan.
Scott from the Cleveland area has coached girls basketball and supported his granddaughter's athletic pursuits.
My granddaughters have worked hard to excel in sports. It's tough enough. So the idea that Sherrod Brown voted to allow transgender biological men to compete in girls' sports, it's unfair and dangerous. And introducing a bill to allow biological men in girls' locker rooms? Biological men to shower in my granddaughter's locker room? No way. I worry about the safety of my family constantly. Now I have to worry about Sherrod Brown's crazy liberal ideas. I thought Sherrod Brown was on my side, but he's way too liberal for me.
Sherrod Brown has let Ohio down. Now he's way too liberal for Ohio. Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Common Man here for Care Heating and Cooling. Weather is unpredictable, but the inside of your home should be comfortable just the way you like it. And the best way to avoid those unnecessary surprises is with a care plan. See, with a care plan, you get priority service, system maintenance in case of an emergency. Just another way to give you and your family peace of mind. And maintaining your systems properly can help save you money. A properly maintained furnace and air conditioner run more efficiently, reducing your utility usage. Regular maintenance also prevents breakdowns and extends the life of your equipment. I'm on the care plan, and I'm quite the expert. I'll stop by and give your system a once-over. I will. Don't tempt me. I end every commercial the same way, telling you to hire Care when you need a company you can trust. It's not just the slogan. That's the Care creed. How about this? Lennox. They have thousands of dealers nationwide. HVAC royalty. Last year, Lennox gave Care their coveted Partner of the Year award because they're trusted by their customers and their partners. Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING or book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com when you need a company you can trust.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Mostly cloudy skies, light winds, and the risk of a shower on this Wednesday. Temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. Overnight down to the mid 60s. Mostly cloudy skies and a dry start to your Thursday morning. More clouds than sun on Thursday. The chance of a shower by Thursday evening, but much of the day will be dry. High temperatures near 80 degrees. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
No Desmond Howard death wishes since 2012. This is Man and Bone.
Hey, Bone.
Hey, man.
Also, Common Man and T-Bone brought to you by the Hinder Motor Company. You're very excited about the Mets-Braves series because it has serious playoff complications, implications.
Yes, the Mets, Braves, and I believe the Diamondbacks are all three teams fighting for two spots in the wild card in the National League. And the Mets currently are half a game up. Diamondbacks, I want to say, are the last team in. Braves are half a game out.
All right, here's the monkey wrench, though.
Mets and Braves are playing. The Mets lost last night to the Braves. Today, how's the weather looking, buddy?
So the hurricane is coming. It's going to hit Florida, but then heavy rain in Atlanta. So what they've done, they have postponed the game today and tomorrow.
Oh.
So the plan is to play a doubleheader on Monday, the day after the season is over.
Are you kidding me?
No, that is the plan.
Listen.
So we could have like do or die playoff implication baseball on Monday.
Y'all have heard how much I hate FC Cincinnati.
Did you give me a y'all right there?
Y'all have heard how much I hate FC Cincinnati when it comes to the Crew. You know how I feel about meat chicken with Ohio State. I share very strong, close to as strong of feelings as I do about those teams as I do for the Atlanta Braves. I don't talk about it a lot because who around here cares about the Mets, the Braves, the Phillies? The NL East is not our bread and butter around here, but that is the team I root for in baseball. And although I'm not the biggest baseball fan, when my team has a chance to make the playoffs, I'm locked in. And so the Atlanta Braves have been the dream killers of many a promising Mets season throughout my life. Throughout before there was wild card implications, before we had all these extra places you could go and play, it was the Mets being very good, and the Braves going, that's great. We're going to win the National League East now. Suck an egg. And then that was the 90s for me, basically every year. So now seeing it yet again come down to Mets and Braves as one of the last series that they have, now the weather not cooperating. Today it is just raining like crazy. So I figured they weren't going to get the game in today. Obviously more storms coming. Moving it to Monday?
Doubleheader on Monday.
And like I said, it's within a half a game right now.
And then I think whoever wins that has to turn around and play on Tuesday.
If it stays like this, right? If, like, let's say the rest of I don't know how the rest of these series are going to play out this weekend, but let's say they get all their other baseball in and it's like, oh, yeah, they're all within a game. And you got two of them on one day. Buddy, this is going to be a cruel punishment for me if my team somehow bows out. Do the honorable thing, Mets. Just crap your pants this weekend so I don't have to deal with this on Monday.
No, I'm saying if you're going to lose Monday to count because I want you to be a crazy person during the show. It's good for content.
If you're going to lose, don't make me go through Monday and have a doubleheader and believe that there's a chance. Don't do this to me. That's all.
All right. Wildcard Wednesday. Jeff Rimmer is coming up at 5:34. I don't know why I said it that way. Name dropping with Jeff Rimmer at 5:34. Josh Allen had this quote. Now, I read this and I thought to myself, is he taking a dig at Stephon Diggs? No pun intended.
Sure.
You tell me what you think. Talking about how he's got a bunch of guys on this team that don't care about stats. It's paying dividends of what we've worked throughout the entire offseason for and through training camp. The everybody eats mentality. Again, it could be your play, this play. You never know when it's going to happen, and that's the beauty of it. When guys get to buy into this and really understand, I may not get the ball 4 or 5 times thrown to me in a game, but the 1 or 2 times I do, I'm going to have opportunities to be in the end zone. It's a fun and wonderful thing when you have a bunch of guys that don't care about the stats. They don't care about the touchdowns. And again, I think just throughout practice, we've seen they've had this mindset, that too, of like, hey, let's just do things the right way and find ways to win football games. That's what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
So is that Josh Allen just, hey, it's an innocent compliment to the supporting cast that there's no egos and they're doing it the right way? Or is there slight shade to Stephon Diggs? The implication was he was very concerned with the amount of targets he was getting or wasn't getting, and that's why they moved him on to Texas.
I mean, I think it would be hard not to read them as somewhat informed by previous experiences, right? If let's say he had come out and instead said, yeah, I got to tell you, everyone here works extremely hard in the offseason, and everybody here is really putting in the work this offseason, and blah, 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 blah. All of that was what he was talking about. You would then wonder, all right, well then, was there a player previously there that was known for not working out hard in the offseason, right? That's just the nature of those type of comments. So when he's highlighting something that is a known factor about Stephon Diggs, right, is that he is kind of wanting we know he wants the ball. Maybe it's not because he wants his own stats, but that's been the knock on him, is that he would like to, that comes first for him. True or not, that is going to be read a certain way. And I'm sure Josh Allen knows that. I don't think he's just going to say that and then later go, what? Never know where you came with that. That's not what I'm talking about. Maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe he'll backtrack those comments, but I'm guessing he knew what he was saying.
We were talking about Tommy John earlier, how today is the 50th anniversary of Tommy John surgery. Mm-hmm. Tommy John had elbow surgery today, 50 years ago. Awful Announcing put something up today. And I've heard this before, but I was reminded today. Tommy John thinks he's not in Cooperstown because he voted for Donald Trump. This is not a political statement, but I'm going to guess that 75% of the guys in Cooperstown, and that may be a low estimate, voted for Donald Trump. The ones that are still alive and able to vote. I don't think that's what it is, Tommy John. I think the fact that you weren't good enough to be a Hall of Famer is what keeps you out of Cooperstown.
Is he wanting to be in there because of, is he hoping the surgery was going to put him over the top?
Well, you know what? Maybe if they had a medical wing in Cooperstown, you'd be in that.
Well, I guess if you wanted to argue that, he was the first one who had this really done to him, and then it worked out, and it's obviously changed the game a bit, and you want to say that he was, not by his own choice or effort, but he was a pioneer. I guess he had to probably agree to get the surgery done, right? But if your doctor's telling you, I think we should do this, unless he was the one who pioneered the surgery.
I don't think he operated on himself.
Yeah, right. I'm
Doc,
saying,
I got an idea. Here's what I think you should do to my elbow.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you want to say for contributions to the game because he had the surgery done and then it worked.
I mean, there's stuff inside Cooperstown, just memorable moments and memorabilia featuring guys that aren't in Cooperstown.
Yeah, that's right. You know what? When he's dead, put his arm in there. Go ahead. Donate your arm.
Cut his arm off.
Well, if he wants to. I'm not saying.
Mummify it.
Yeah, and then put it there and be like, this is the arm. You ever seen Tommy John? This is his arm.
Son, this is Tommy John's mummified arm. Would you like to touch it?
I mean, look.
It's a little dry.
There are appendages from ball players that if they were embalmed, Mickey Mantle has some, pieces of work that probably people would go to see. You know what I'm saying?
This is Wilt Chamberlain's penis.
Well, there you go. Just point out. I'm just saying you can put the arm in there. That would draw a crowd.
If Jeff Rimmer were to die, what part of him would we put in the Hall of Fame?
I don't know, his larynx?
No.
That's where his voice comes from.
Yeah.
No?
That's boring.
Okay.
I'm going to say his entire upper torso. Because he had the big zipper job.
Oh, yeah.
He had the heart surgery.
The
so he's got a big scar there. I think that's notable.
Hello? Just standing there waving at you as you walk in.
Oh, animatronic Jeff Rimmer.
Yeah, sure.
That's even better.
In the fluid. I mean, you have to
It's like you're on Pirates of the Caribbean. It's a boat ride, and Jeff Rimmer's there. I'm going to fire the cannon at you. Literally.
Sure.
Name dropping with Jeff Rimmer coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You're looking at a 45-minute delay due to an accident that's blocking 2 right lanes on westbound 270 on the North Outer Belt between 23 and 315. It is stop and go from 161. And we also have a 5-minute delay on westbound 70 downtown between the 71 east and west split. This report is sponsored by Z-Bar. Tough roads demand tougher protection. Shield your vehicle's underside with genuine Z-Bar undercoating from $2.99 and fortify your truck bed against scratches, impacts, and dents with Rhino Lining Spray on bed liner starting at $4.99. Z-Bar, your vehicle's best defense. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Dormar, your kind of hero.
Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarhvac.com.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. Fall is here. It's still warm and dry and everything's brown. But yay, fall. Maybe after your summer road trips, you've realized your vehicle sucks. My friends at Jermaine Lexus want to help. Right now, they have special APRs as low as 2.99% on their most popular models like the ES and RX, or lease payments starting as low as $4.99 a month. My friends at Jermaine are the best in the business. If you're in the market, please stop in. 2 locations to serve you, Dublin and Easton, JermaineLexus.com.
The Columbus Men's Clinic opened in 2014 for guys who get it done. Let's talk, fellas. You solve problems all day at work. You fix your sink when it's broken. But when it comes to ED and low T, it doesn't get done. We get it. You hate going to the doctor, but you're the guy that fixes things. At the Columbus Men's Clinic, there's nothing to fear and no reason to delay. We've been destroying bedroom boredom for a decade. So if you haven't fixed this, call us. When the pills fail, call us. If you feel like you've tried everything, call us. Here, there's hope. From the conventional to the next level. You'll be seen by our friendly, discreet physician who will take the time to listen. Imagine finally taking care of this with no surgery. Imagine going from feeling gray to living life in vibrant color. It's time to be confident. Join the thousands of guys who have found success after walking through our doors. Will you be one of them? Dial 614-300-7400 or go to ColumbusMen'sClinic.com to schedule a $99 male performance consultation, including blood work. Do it for you. Do it for her. ColumbusMen'sClinic.com. Book your appointment now.
At Kroger Pharmacy, CARE is making it easy to get vaccinated. CARE is helping you stay protected from flu, COVID, and RSV. Seasonal vaccines are available 7 days a week with evening hours. CARE is giving you a shot at staying healthy this season. Walk in whenever is best and get multiple vaccines in one visit at your local Kroger Pharmacy. So come and get the protection you need while protecting those around you. Kroger Health, a world of care is in store. Visit Kroger.com/vaccines for more. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See site for details.
The Jackets are back at Nationwide for preseason action as they battle the Blues. Live fan coverage starts Wednesday at 6:45.
Sponsored by Atlas Butler Heating and Cooling.
Proud to be your flagship home for the Blue Jackets, The Fan.
What John Smiley, Chairman and CEO, wants you to know about First Bank of Central Ohio.
Our competitive advantage is the number of years we've been in Central Ohio and the fact that we're able to make decisions here locally that make sense for the client. At the end of the day, it's the ability for us to say, okay, what can we do to make your banking easier for you?
Experience what it's like to be first at fbcentralohio.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Hey there, football fans. It's Austin Ward. People are noticing the difference with me on the sidelines this year. A little quicker on my feet and 55 pounds lighter thanks to Awaken 180. Getting some comments, even starting a press conference, getting asked how many pounds I've lost. Let's not forget that famous question, you actually kept off the weight? Yes, sir, I have, and it's been almost a year since I dropped my 55 pounds, which took just over 2 months. If I had gone the medication route, it would have taken 4 times that, and I would still be on the meds. I ate to lose weight with Awaken 180's at-home program, and to this day, I still think thank Chops for introducing me to the solution for weight loss. Guys, girls, the program is simple. It's fast and can literally work for anyone. Have questions? Ask me, ask Chops, ask Scotty Vegas, or any of the other 23,000 Awaken 180 clients who took control of their weight. Already game? If so, speak to Awaken 180 directly by calling 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
You can use your phone at a doctor's office. You can use your phone at a football game. You can even use your phone at an amusement park. But one place you should never use your phone is behind the wheel. Fines now start at $150. So remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
At Buyers Volkswagen, we believe in giving you options from browsing to buying. Shop entirely online at columbusvw.com. Or, if you prefer a personal touch, visit us by the airport and work with our friendly brand specialists. Right now, you can get a new 2024 Volkswagen Tiguan 0% for up to 60 months. Online or in person, your exceptional car buying experience awaits you at Buyers Volkswagen. Come see why it's better to buy from Buyers.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Common Man and T-Bone's name drop with the biggest name dropper of them all, Jeff Remmer.
Sponsored by Buyers Imports by the airport.
We've inducted Jeff Remmer into the Fan Hall of Fame. He doesn't know it yet. I just told him that. He also joins us on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Hello, Rims.
Good afternoon. I'm honored to be part of that Hall of Fame.
You know, there isn't one yet, but I hope to start one, and I think you will be in the first class.
Well,
if only I can induct you.
I'll tell you, it'd be very nice to be part of the inaugural group into that Hall of Fame, because there are many people that are certainly worthy of Hall of Fame induction.
Who would be some of those people, Rims?
Yeah, who would they be?
Well, the two of you would be first on my list.
There's a certain name.
Keels.
There's a certain name that if you say, I'm going to hang up on you.
No, I will not mention that name. Actually, you saw T-Bone's little shot at him the other day, so no, I won't mention his name. I won't mention his name.
You know,
we'll let it go. We'll let it go for this time.
The preseason has started. I assume you've had discussions. I know you're away from the team now, but you've had discussions with members of the team. Are they happy just to get back to work?
Well, first of all, you know I'm always going to be in touch with.
I know.
With the team, that's never going to go away. I'm a Blue Jacket for life. I plan on, as I've told you guys several times, making a number of trips up this year. I'll be there for a full week and in the studio with you nightly. I've already taken note of that, and we'll make sure that I am chauffeured to the studio to join the two of you great gentlemen. But in all seriousness, yes, the players are happy to be back on the ice. They've got a preseason game tonight against the St. Louis Blues. Matejchuk will be a first chance for the coaching staff and management to see him in a game. Former high draft pick who had an impressive camp, I thought, last year. Could have made the team based on his training camp and preseason games. I know he's chomping at the bit and wants to be on the team opening night. Now, does that happen? The Jackets have got a lot of competition on the blue line. Remember, Juracek is ready to take that next step, and I would think he'll be part of the group of 6 or 7, possibly even 8 defensemen that break camp, depending on how many they want to keep. So, yeah, it's a very competitive camp on the blue line. And up front, a number of jobs remain, although Don Waddell has indicated he'd still like to improve the team with yet another player, be picked up perhaps on waivers, perhaps a trade. I think that's certainly something that could happen before opening night. So developments on a daily basis. As I said, they play their second preseason game tonight, and it'll be interesting to watch what happens here in the next couple of weeks.
Speaking of jobs being up for grabs, Rims, President of Hockey Operations is a job that is now belonging to a Jackets legend. Rick Nash gets the promotion there. He'll work alongside General Manager Don Waddell. What do you think of the move there for Rick, and just what do you think that means for the future for his career here in Columbus?
Well, people are already speculating he perhaps could be groomed to be the next general manager. I'm delighted. I'm thrilled for Rick. He's worked hard. He's been batting down the hatches, going all over Canada and the U.S., looking at players on a scouting basis. He's an integral part of the management team. He's going to learn more under Don Waddell. And I think eventually, based on what Rick has already shown, he's got an excellent chance to become the next general manager. And I'm delighted for him, as I said, and I think he'd make a great GM. And you look at a lot of the young GMs in the league, they're former players. They've got a pretty good handle on what's going on. He's a lifer now here as a Blue Jacket, and I think will be more than an exceptional general manager should he get that opportunity here in the years to come.
One follow-up on that. Do you see a value for players who have that experience, right, who've been with an organization? He obviously played for quite a few teams. Is there a value for a player to go off from one of those teams that he's played for and go learn in a different organization and then come back? Do you think the Jackets could have benefited from that, or do you think that's kind of an overblown thing?
T-Bone, that's a good question. I got to say, though, I wouldn't say he's played for a lot of teams. He played, obviously, the majority of his career as a Blue Jacket, played his best hockey as a Blue Jacket, played for the New York Rangers, an organization that's an Original Six, along with the Boston Bruins, another Original Six team. So he certainly learned from those two experiences. But, I think it was invaluable getting that opportunity. I think we all would have preferred, especially when you think back to Rick leaving. It was certainly disappointing to see him go, former number 1 overall pick in the National Hockey League. But I know he was a little frustrated with the fact the team did not progress to the point that he expected. And under the Scott Howson regime, asked for a trade and had a chance to play in both New York and Boston.
Name dropping with Jeff Rimmer, brought to you by Rimmer's Friends, buyers imports by the airport. You want to talk about your friends, Rims?
Talked to Kevin King here within the last hour. New inventory, brand new 2025s coming in daily. They have a great selection of new cars, and look at the brands: Porsche, Audi, Volkswagen, Subaru, Polestar. Just a great selection of all those models. They like to deal. It's easy to deal with. At Buyers Imports by the airport. And let's not forget that after you purchase that car, there's only one place to take it for service. You're going to be met with a smile. They take care of you beyond your belief. And, of course, we like to promote the express oil change and lube. In and out in a half an hour, your car's washed, and you're back on the road ready to tackle whatever's on your plate for that day.
Gotta take care of that lube.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Buyers Imports by the airport.
Do you have names today? If not, I have another question for you. Do you have any names?
No, I don't have any names because I'm batting down the hatches here. I don't know if you're paying much attention, but it looks like the entire state of Florida, at least from here north and on both sides.
I thought it was going to the other side. I thought it was going to the Gulf side.
It is going to the Gulf side, but I can tell you that we're expecting wind gusts in excess of 50 miles an hour. We're going to get about 4 inches of rain. But on that other coast, yes, they're going to see what obviously is going to be a major hurricane. They tell me here at 5 o'clock, watching the weather, that it's now increased to a potential Category 4 storm by the time it hits somewhere up north of the Panhandle or between certainly, Tampa and the Big Bend turn.
All right, well, text me.
What's your question?
Well, we're out of time now because the weather report was too long. But I'll ask it next week. Text me and let me know that you're okay tonight. If you're dead, let me know.
I'll let you know either way. How's that?
I'll tell you, I was concerned today because I sent you a text and you didn't respond for like 2 hours, which is very unlike you.
I was working outside. I was moving in all the lawn equipment, the lawn chairs, and we've got quite a palatial palace down here. It took me 2 hours to do it. Don't worry about me. I'm here.
Okay.
But now I want to be safe here with this storm coming. Fortunately, it's on the other coast, though. You're right.
Be safe. We'll talk to you next week.
Take care.
Name dropping with Jeff Rimmer on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. I was genuinely concerned today.
I can't blame you.
Because he texts me back in 30 seconds normally. couple hours go by. I'm like, oh, my God. Do I have to call and just make sure he's not dead?
Must be nice to have 2 hours worth of furniture to move from outside inside.
Well, I mean, it takes him about 2 hours to move one lawn chair.
I was going to say, what does he have, like 20 tables and chairs out there? My God.
I moved 2 feet. I got to take a break. And then he'd sit down, take a nap, then pick it up, move another 2
kiss
feet.
the yapper dogs.
That's
and
exactly
then get
right.
back up. Yeah.
Back page coming up. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You should watch for a disabled vehicle that's blocking the left lane on northbound 71 on the north side before 17th Avenue. And we've got some slower traffic on southbound 270 on that east outer belt between Main Street and I-70. This report is sponsored by Ohio 811. Call before you dig. Contact Ohio 811 at least 48 hours before you dig. It's easy to do, and it's the law. CenterPoint Energy, Columbia Gas, Duke Energy, and Enbridge Gas want you to dig safely. Contact Ohio 811 every time you dig. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Scott from the Cleveland area has coached girls basketball and supported his granddaughter's athletic pursuits.
My granddaughters have worked hard to excel in sports. It's tough enough. So the idea that Sherrod Brown voted to allow transgender biological men to compete in girls' sports, it's unfair and dangerous. And introducing a bill to allow biological men in girls' locker rooms? Biological men to shower in my granddaughter's locker room? No way. I worry about the safety of my family constantly. Now I have to worry about Sherrod Brown's crazy liberal ideas. I thought Sherrod Brown was on my side, but he's way too liberal for me.
Sherrod Brown has let Ohio down. Now he's way too liberal for Ohio. Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
Pop quiz. What's the best way to go back to school? With Giant Eagle and Market District, of course. From lunchbox favorites to fun after-school snacks, they make it easy to care for growing minds and stomachs. And with their Deals for School Days program, you'll enjoy savings on thousands of items throughout the store. But don't wait. Featured items are only available at these low prices for a limited time. So stop in and stock up for the ultimate back-to-school pantry. Visit your local Giant Eagle or Market District today.
Trust and Will knows that we'll all eventually need a will. How about right now? Trust and Will makes creating your will easy, like while you're lounging on the couch easy. Trust and Will is designed by attorneys but customized by you, and all documents are state-specific and secure. Find your plan at trustandwill.com and use offer code Columbus now for 10% off. That's trustandwill.com, offer code Columbus. Trust and Will is an online service providing legal forms and information. It is not a law firm and is not a substitute for the advice of an attorney.
Much like a vampire, we need to be invited into your house. But once we're in, we never leave. Listen to The Fan on your Alexa or Google Home smart speaker. Just say play 97.1 The Fan and prepare to be amazed. Do it now.
Sonic Temple Art and Music Festival returns for its biggest year yet. For the first time with Metallica. 2 nights, 2 different set lists, no repeat weekend. Plus exclusive Metallica experiences with Rob Zombie, Alice in Chains, and over 100 more bands to be announced. 4 days, May 8th to the 11th at historic Crew Stadium in Columbus, Ohio. Select passes on sale now at sonictemplefestival.com.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. Fall is here. It's still warm and dry and everything's brown. But yay, fall. Maybe after your summer road trips, you've realized your vehicle sucks. My friends at Jermaine Lexus want to help. Right now, they have special APRs as low as 2.99% on their most popular models like the ES and RX, or lease payments starting as low as $4.99 a month. My friends at Jermaine are the best in the business. If you're in the market, please stop in. 2 locations to serve you, Dublin and Easton, JermaineLexus.com.
With so much happening every day,
ABC6 News is on your side, helping you understand the events that impact your community. Do you believe Columbus City Schools is in a PR crisis?
Central Ohio's most experienced team of reporters, persistent in getting answers to the questions you're asking.
Are you worried about how people are going to react?
And when you need us, ABC6 News is on your side, finding solutions.
6 on your side, they're the ones willing to answer the phone.
You can count on ABC6 News to be on your side.
ABC Thursday is a night of major drama.
911, what's your emergency?
First, the 911 premiere event begins. Be NATO.
That truck was hauling 22 million killer bees.
Oh my God.
Then it's Dr. Odyssey, the splashy new drama set on a luxury cruise ship.
It's your job to keep everyone alive. Season VFib clear. You're going to be okay.
911 season premiere and Dr. Odyssey series premiere, followed by Grey's Anatomy.
Thursday night starting at 8 on ABC6.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Buckeye Show coming up at the top of the hour. The fine host of the Buckeye Show, your friend and mine, Timmy Hall. Hello, Timmy.
Oh, you guys. Happy wild card.
I did get some clarification. I told you, I didn't tell you, our listeners told me, and then I told you that City Barbecue is celebrating their anniversary today by offering the same prices they had in 1999. I have the answer.
Okay.
How much a pulled pork sandwich is today, and today only,
Quarter?
at City Barbecue. $4.95.
That's pretty good.
I just got a message from Abby, who's a super fan of
Which
the
one?
station.
Smart or stupid?
Smart.
No, he
Because
doesn't
she's got the deets on the City Barbecue. She sent me a little thing. It was like a promo code for a quarter pulled pork sandwich.
A quarter?
Yeah, no, I
think. Wait,
I
hold on.
doubt that's their 1999 price. That's the 1959 prices,
I feel
right?
like those guys arguing about the Wicked Witch of the East. Like, hold on.
Wait.
All right.
Somebody just told me.
I understand.
Wait.
Hold on.
All right.
The Wicked Witch of the East, bro. No. This was a deal. Apparently, if you ordered food previously, you got an email saying you could use it up to like today. But today it is not valid, I think. That thing that Abby was talking about, that 25-cent thing is like if you had previously ordered food, they sent it to you as like a thank you. You could use it in your next order.
I think it was like a 25 years, 25 cents.
Yes.
I'm so confused.
Hold on. And then there was another thing that discounted pricing applied if you were like the first 100 people in line today.
Okay.
I don't think it was like everybody everywhere got
we
that.
just get, like, if you're buying food here on this great day, you buy a meal, you get one free, like that type of thing?
How about that? Yeah, I'd take that.
We don't get any BOGOs anymore.
BOGO's just a dead word.
It is.
No one's using the BOGOs.
Why not?
You got Coke Zero? Why not?
Can I ask you something real quick?
No, I got to give away something.
Okay.
Oh. What did you want to know?
The best wild card. Shut up. The best wild card Wednesday gets a $50 gift card to Pecan Pennies. Pecan Pennies, your downtown home for barbecue, happy hour, and soccer. Ask for the BOGO when you go.
Yeah.
They'll say, "What the hell is that?"
And you'll say yes.
They'll say, "We don't have one." You say, "Why not?"
Ryan is our winner today. He says, "My midday show Warriors. Happy 3 months till Christmas. Didn't realize that, but it is September 25th. Makes a lot of sense. Yes. I used to have a rule, no decorations till after Thanksgiving. Wife was pregnant last year at this time, so we had minimal decorations. Now, my wife wants to decorate early, as in November 1st. Is this acceptable?"
No. Although my mother-in-law will have it up in 2 weeks. Like 2 weeks from now.
That's unacceptable.
Of course it's unacceptable.
It's not even Halloween.
I've had this discussion many times.
I don't.
It sets a bad example
for the children.
I mean,
the children are going to grow up thinking this is okay.
I think we have to acknowledge that Thanksgiving is a valid holiday.
No.
Is it not?
No, here's what I've decided.
Can we not enjoy Thanksgiving?
Here's what other people have told me. There's no Thanksgiving. There's just Christmas Part 1. That's what Thanksgiving has become.
Well, I mean,
it's shopping and Christmas Part 1.
We don't have enough Hallmark Thanksgiving movies.
We don't.
There's a couple. That's it. It's like 2.
We need more.
Candace Cameron Bure. Get your ass moving.
Stars and Stuff My Turkey.
What do you mean by that?
Can I just ask, too, I know we've already...
Russian rocket.
Thanksgiving has already just flown the coop. Like, we're just like, oh, yeah, that's nice. We have Thanksgiving. Talk about it for 5 seconds in the midst of our Christmas spectacular. But now we're getting to where I feel like Christmas is starting to leak in on Halloween. We haven't even hit October yet.
I know.
And I'm seeing more, like, the Halloween stuff is all on clearance. They're like, I'm sorry, probably shouldn't even be selling this late in the season. It's September, but you can still buy Halloween stuff, I guess. Meanwhile, Christmas trees everywhere. It's like, what? Can we have Halloween at least? October 31st before we start putting this crap out there in the stores? Let's go.
Now hold on. Why are you all light and you're all dark?
What are you talking
For people that are watching on YouTube, you're in the dark.
Somebody changed the lights in here.
I just
what
work
the hell
here,
is
man.
happening?
I got lights in my face. They decided to light me. They actually came in here and said, we need to light the important one.
Oh, is that right?
That's why I'm in the light.
That's why Panama Ted is walking around at home right now with a light shining over his head. He's the only important one here.
What is this, like a good versus evil
No,
thing?
I don't know. I don't
What
ask
is?
questions anymore. I just come in, I do the show.
It's all wrong.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Well, in either case, that's what happened, Timmy. I don't know. So good luck with if you have, guests when you do your 4-person round table thing. They're going to be all just, I don't even know. You won't even be able to see them. It's going to suck.
Who's that out there? Is that Bill Shakespeare?
The Back Page. The Back Page with Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Bone.
Oh, may you rest in peace, Chris Farley. This is not great if you are in Japan. Japan known for obviously a lot of dishes that involve rice when it comes to food. That's a staple of many people in Japan's diet.
I love rice.
Love rice. It's a great food.
Rice is underrated.
Here's a problem. Japan's largest rice shortage in years is happening because of bad weather. That's one aspect of this, to be fair. But the other thing they're saying that is actually making this an even bigger problem is tourism. Tourists are coming to Japan and, of course, immediately saying, well, I have to have sushi. I'm in Japan. They want to go for the sushi and all the dishes that involve rice. And Japan is now saying they had an unprecedented rise in tourism in the last year. And that in that rise, they have noted that more and more people are doing more like of a food holiday where they're coming specifically to try certain restaurants. And that's basically the reason they're coming. So they are now blaming tourists for their rice shortage to go along with the weather.
Are they going to shoot water guns at them like the Spanish?
I don't know.
Like Get Out?
Yeah,
I wonder what nationality their number one tourists are, if they're American or if it's another
I don't know.
spot.
No, I'm sure it's another Asian country,
I
right?
think, right?
I'm going to guess South Korean.
There you go. Could be.
Would be North Korea, but they don't let them out.
Also a good spot to go and eat their food.
South Korea?
Yeah.
I've heard good things.
Yeah, Korean barbecue.
I have not been there. What was I going to say to you? I had something to say.
Who knows?
Oh, about rice. Here's my thing. We take these things like bacon, all right? And I love bacon. I'm not Jen Winters here.
Mm-hmm.
But for a while,
but
I'm saying for a while, it was like you go into a trendy bar and they would pass around bacon at the table.
Right.
Like, peanuts. That's for losers. Here's a tray of bacon. It's bacon night at the bar. Why don't, when you go to a bar, they just hand you a nice little bowl of buttered rice?
Hot rice.
How delicious would that be? I love rice.
Little lemon or a little lime rice.
I don't think it needs it.
No, it's great as is. I'm with you.
Buttered and salted rice.
Buttered and salted, so that you want to drink more. You give me a steaming bowl of rice?
Oh, yeah.
You got me for at least 4 beers.
Why do you think sake's so good?
That's right.
It's the rice.
You do a hot or a cold sake? Which way do you go?
Hot.
Hot sake. Yeah.
Hot sake.
Yeah. That's the way to do it.
Hopefully my sake lose number 121 tonight.
Big win coming for your boys.
No. If so, I'll be very happy tomorrow. I'll be very happy anyway if you join us tomorrow. We're on at 3 o'clock. That's to the salesperson upstairs who said, what time are you on again? 3 o'clock.
What?
Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
We've got a 15-minute slowdown due to an accident that's blocking 2 right lanes on southbound 71 at 270 on the North Outer Belt. And there's a 5-minute delay due to an accident that's on southbound 270 on the West Outer Belt before Roberts Road. It is causing slow traffic from Cemetery Road. This report is sponsored by Ohio 811. Call before you dig. Contact Ohio 811 at least 48 hours before you dig. It's easy to do, and it's the law. CenterPoint Energy, Columbia Gas, Duke Energy, and Enbridge Gas want you to dig safely. Contact Ohio 811 every time you dig. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarhvac.com.
is a Fan Action Update.
3 weeks into the NFL season, and we already have some major changes at the top of the awards categories. Josh Allen is now the MVP favorite, overtaking Patrick Mahomes, despite the fact that both teams are undefeated. Jaden Daniels is now the favorite to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. Coach of the Year favorite is the Vikings' Kevin O'Connell, who has led the Vikings to a surprisingly hot start. For your action update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
They come here illegally, crossing our southern border. Then Sherrod Brown rolls out the welcome mat for them here in Ohio. Brown voted to give amnesty to 11 million illegal immigrants, including those convicted of crimes like drunk driving, aggravated assault, and child abuse. And Sherrod Brown voted 10 times to protect sanctuary cities in Ohio, which release dangerous illegals back onto the street, making Ohio's neighborhoods less safe. And while we struggle to make ends meet, Sherrod Brown is voting to give illegals taxpayer-funded benefits, like health care for illegals granted amnesty, Social Security, COVID relief checks, even a program to fly Haitian migrants into Ohio airports, all paid for by you, the taxpayer. You think you know Sherrod Brown? Well, after 31 years in Washington, Sherrod Brown's way too liberal for Ohio. American Crossroads paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. AmericanCrossroads.org.
Common Man and T-Bone here for the sports book, the ESPN Bet Sportsbook inside Hollywood Casino. Yes, they've changed the name.
It is better than ever, but they're still going to have your favorite teams on the biggest screens. You can place your bets, grab some wings and an ice-cold pint, and even hang out with us.
We're going to be there broadcasting live from 3 to 6, Friday, September 27th. And we've got tickets to give away, so come and be with us and hug us.
Must be 21 years or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect the ways water is breaking down your foundation and damaging your home. Cracks in walls and uneven floors are just a few signs your foundation is compromised. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns. A free home inspection from Ohio Basement Authority. We put water back in its place. Get your free inspection at ohiobasementauthority.com.
Welcome to the greatest show on turf at Great Lakes Kia.
I'm pretty sure that's just tile.
And you can feel the excitement in the air. Brand new Kias under $5 a day.
I'm Bart Zimmerman, General Manager at Great Lakes Kia.
Bart's coming up big. Lease new 24 Kia Forte LXS, EV Wind, and Sorrento LX.
Under $5 a day. $5.
Oh, and the fan favorite, new 24 Kia Telluride LX, under $8 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
Even new 24 Kia Carnival LXS, under $9 a day.
There's a flag on the play. It looks like credit interference.
No problem. Get approved with 1.9% financing.
Take the winning drive to Great Lakes Kia.
Great cars, great people, Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus,
GreatLakesKia.com.
Visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.